to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Hey, this is Mika Zibanejad.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. Don.
Give me a piece of wood. I'll eat it.
Hahn.
Peter, the most you sweat is at a buffet.
And Rosenberg.
I'll be honest, the one thing I miss about having an office is the taste of Steve Hart's nuts. This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
I think it's been well over a year. The last time that I saw Michael K. back-to-back days. Back-to-back days we saw Michael. He's in studio all week. It's pretty awesome. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg with you, 301 in the big city.
I heard you guys together earlier, and it was
It was something.
No, I thought you guys should have covered the glass.
We're steaming.
No, you didn't have to cover the glass. It was all steamed up, all fogged up.
Yeah, it was definitely fogged up.
A lot of humidity in the
Paradise by the dashboard light.
There was one moment. There was a moment of like, I don't know if you heard it, Alan. He was like, I miss you. He's like, I miss you too. You look good. You look good. I was like, oh, this is it. Here we go. This has never happened. Yeah, this has never happened in radio. Never in the history of sports talk. See that? You guys want to go down in the record books. Do something that's never happened before. Like many yo-yos have yelled, fought, screamed, cursed, broken things. We've seen it all. Never have they just started making out on air.
Maybe the reason,
right on the table.
Yeah, I'm not going to confirm or deny, but maybe the reason it didn't go that way is because his son Charlie was in the room.
Yeah, that would have been very inappropriate.
No, it would have been
a little CB.
It would have. Oh my God!
Excuse me.
That's Charlie's new nickname is CB.
Yeah.
Wow.
God, does he want to be in this business? He kept asking, "Can I join?" And I thought he was like riffing off the
Natalie drop.
No, because he wanted in on the show.
Wait, he literally was saying, "Can I join?" And did you bring him on?
Michael didn't because Lupica was coming up.
Oh.
And he didn't think.
You had to turn the mic on. If he wanted to go, let him go.
He didn't think
I think
Charlie
he tried
could handle Lupica, and I don't think he could either.
Charlie apparently did part of the Tullamore Do.
All right.
Read.
I like that.
But
I'd like to hear it.
The back end part. Like, he was the one. Like, Michael was going to have him do the entire read.
Okay.
And Charlie was the brains of the operation and said he didn't think it was appropriate if he read the alcohol part.
Oh, is that really Charlie was the one who said that?
Yeah.
Responsible as well.
And Charlie also stayed out of doing the gambling app. I forget which one is Michael's. I guess it's your FanDuel.
Yeah.
So we couldn't get him.
No, he's not of age.
Ramsey Mazda. Couldn't get him one of those. Where is he? Get him in here. He'll do a Ramsey Mazda.
No, but I think he's a hell of a ball player.
Yep.
So Michael's either going to be calling his games or he's going to replace.
Also, I got to say, I got to tell you too, he's got a hell of an athlete name too. Charlie K. You could be a pitcher, you could be an outfielder, you could be a golfer. Charlie K. has a few, I think, usable. You know what I mean? I can picture that.
Well, it's perfect for a pitcher.
It is. Well, of course.
You know what I mean?
Make your logo
easy.
Done. Maybe your logo's the backwards K.
We'll see.
It's not bad.
A lot of options. Also, how do you not start with the sad news that James Vanderbeek just passed away?
This was tough because Peter and I think you too, Alan, but like Peter and I for years always talked about Varsity Blues as one of our favorite, not just football movies, but sports movies, period.
And a super underrated sports
movie. I completely agree. There's so many scenes that are relatable.
And memorable.
Yeah.
But he just seemed like a really good guy. We knew he was sick. He had cancer. I guess he announced it back in 2024. And he succumbed to it today at the age of 40. Was it 47?
48.
That's dude, just get checked. I know there's always these conversations. Yeah, when do you go for a colonoscopy? Just go, man.
It's time to put away like the stigma and the giggles and all. Like, just get it done.
And like there's a lot of we were just talking about this. Listen, I think all of us are on different parts of the political spectrum, but all of us can agree on one thing. This country and the way we handle health is disgusting, and it's a for-profit business when it shouldn't be, and so it can be really hard for people to get this stuff done. So you got to look into your family history, and if you have any sort of connection to like colorectal stuff, like it could be your grandfather, a sibling, whatever it is, use that as a reason to go get checked because you got to have a reason to get your insurance to cover it. But
absolutely,
you got to get checked.
And hey, it's the best sleep you're going to get.
Well, listen, we always say Michael and I, we used to always joke about this. I look forward to it.
It's the best nap.
You get a great nap.
You wake up and you're refreshed. You feel good.
Honestly, I always looked at I like a spa day. Now, the day before when you got to take the stuff
but that's gotten better, by the way.
Well,
the stuff isn't as bad.
Listen,
but it's a guy thing. And, we're all in it together. We
you got to
all
do it.
Relate. Everybody's got to do it. You got to go through that day before. You got to go through the whole idea of it. But, this has to become, let's normalize. Let's normalize a colonoscopy. Normalize it as something that, yeah, of course. You're going to, yeah. And we're all brothers. We all understand
Everyone's got to do it.
And we all go through it.
It's a little
normalize it. Don't make it a stigma. Don't make it this weird thing.
But I'm telling you, there is really, literally nothing to fear. I know when you hear it described, you're like, I don't want that. You don't know that. Alan just told you you're going to have the best sleep of your life.
Glorious.
And the day before, Peter is so right.
And the first meal.
See, you got to look at it as a spa day, all right?
That's right.
It's the way I look at it, all right? You get the day off from work, okay?
Yep.
The prep, so much better than it used to be. When I first had my colonoscopy 15 years ago, you had to choke down this stuff. You wanted to gag. It was awful. Now, I just stir it up into some Gatorade.
Yep.
You drink it down.
It's not bad anymore.
All right, you're stuck in the bathroom for a couple hours. So what?
You got to be
It doesn't
home.
stop you from getting White Castle every other month.
Which is why you need to go to get the colonoscopy in the first place.
And then when you go through that, all right, and what you got to do is you got to time the colonoscopy very early in the morning. So you go through the prep, you go to bed, all right, and you wake up. You're going to feel great because you just cleaned yourself out.
Oh, nice.
Right?
You feel light.
You go.
Light as a feather.
They're going to tell you, count backwards from 100. You'll get to 98. You're out.
Done.
And then you're out. And then you wake up. It's over. You don't feel a thing. Hopefully the doctor says, you're good.
Mm-hmm.
The nurse is going to say, all right, rip one, and then you can go.
Well, they also,
right, because you got to clear it out. So they told me, pass a little gas just to make sure that
I did not
clear the air out.
You ever had that?
They're not thorough enough.
No, I was just told
you're good
until you're ready to get up. You can stay here as long as you want.
All right. But hold on.
And then once you're ready to get up, it's who's picking you up because obviously you can't drive home.
I want to go back to Don.
I've
never heard them.
No, the nurse says to me,
come out and rip one.
Because I guess there's some, they want to check or whatever.
Make sure it's still working.
Yeah, I don't know what the issue is.
Okay.
They're like, all right, and then
I think it's a prank.
All right,
I think it's called a prank.
We left something in.
Hey,
we want to see how this goes.
All I know is
find it.
If I can find women that don't mind that, boy, my life would have been completely different. All right. So, and then Alan's right. Then you go home because if you get it early in the morning, you get home 12, 1 o'clock.
Yep.
And then you have the most spectacular meal of your life.
The greatest meal.
Because it's the first time in 48 hours you've had something that wasn't Jell-O.
Yep.
And
you feel so light, you could eat for days.
I'm telling you.
So good.
Well, I don't want anything. You don't even know what happened.
No idea.
You have no idea. And then you get checked. So, listen, it's rest in peace, man.
Yeah.
And
But the thing to use this sad news is to obviously open some eyes and just remind some people that maybe still haven't yet. We're 45 right now, but if you're, like you said, Peter, you're absolutely right. If you're in your late 30s and there's a family history, you better start planning.
Yeah, you just got to find a way to go.
Go see.
I don't know why they. Well, I do know why. Again, it's about money and insurance companies. The number, if they're worried of we can't quite figure out if it's 40 or 45. If we didn't live in such a sick society, well, then they would go, hey, let's be safe. Let's make the number 35. Let's make sure we get ahead of it. But no, that doesn't work because insurance companies have to pay and the hospitals have to charge them $15,000, so they make it hard for us. But as soon as you can possibly get in there.
Yeah, try to get it done, for sure.
No pun intended.
But I will tell you.
Well done. But he was great, man. James Vanderbeek was a great actor.
Yes.
And if you didn't live through the moment, because the guys on the other side of the glass here, they did not live through the moment. And I know you guys were definitely too old for that moment. It was right at my teenage years.
Right.
Dawson's Creek was just an absolute hammer. I mean, in terms of, there was that moment, the Party of Five, Dawson's Creek, Fox, UP, that little mid-range teenage soap opera run was huge. And that show, it made Katie Holmes, it made Josh Jackson, and it made James Vanderbeek, who of course played Dawson. But he Yeah, he was a really cool actor, man. Really, really sad to see that.
4:30, we got the list in case you're.
You kidding? That's all we should do. That's what Anthony wants.
Amount of work. Halftime. Knick game. I'm doing this.
It's all.
Wow.
I was locked in. Almost forgot the coach interview.
It is. Well, you don't want to do that.
No, you don't.
It's all I've been hearing all morning on social media. People guessing. People looking forward to it. And in case you missed this, we're all going to go there. We're all going to, like Thelma and Louise and whoever. They got edited out, all holding hands going off the cliff, because we're all going to fail miserably in the eyes of our audience, because everybody's got their own top 5 greatest rock songs of all time.
Maybe
we will do it at 4:30.
Maybe out of each of our 5, there'll be some sames that we'll know. All right,
I
these
wonder
for sure.
if there will be samesies.
There has to.
There might be, but but here's the rules. The rules are, in order for it to be in the top 5. It's got to be a song that everybody knows. Doesn't have to like it, because obviously music is very subjective. And I will tell you, of the 5, I love all 5 songs, but I wouldn't have them in my personal top 5. I love all 5 of them, but I'm like...
and sorry, are you ranking also?
We decided not to. We're just going to give the 5 as it's hard enough to do this, right?
Right.
Now we're going to have to come up with a number 1. Then everybody knows the song. It's influential, and I also believe it's got to be good. And what I mean by good is that it's got to be very well done, well written, because there are some songs that have been hits that you look at and it's not really that great.
Right.
So I think all those things have to kind of fill in there, and we're going to give reasons why. I want you guys, because we're all going to do it, we're all going to give our 5 reasons why, not because I love it.
No.
Or no, give me some background on why you believe it belongs in the top 5 greatest rock songs of all time. So that'll be coming up at 4:30. We're going to have a weekly now through the rest of the basketball season with Monica McNutt. She'll join us at 4 o'clock on Wednesdays. Football came to an end, in case you didn't notice. That Booger McFarland always came in Wednesday at 4 o'clock, but now that will be Monica for the rest of the basketball season. And that's our jumping off point today. I did not see a Knick loss coming. I kind of joked when I did the Tullamore do read. The Pacers are going to treat this like their Super Bowl, and they clearly did.
Yes.
They did.
And the Knicks didn't. Now, the Knicks scored, and I'm not saying the Knicks mailed it in, but listen, they're not a great defensive team, but they played no defense at all. And they got a game today in Philadelphia, and that's a much bigger game, and we're close to the All-Star break. And let's face it, since Tibbs left, Tibbs didn't let these things happen. Tibbs played every game like it was Game 7, and that irritated some people. But this is a new era of Knicks basketball where these are going to be some games that you go through, and you were there, but anything other than the obvious of them just, it was the look past game, whatever, or, just not completely engaged, all-star game, yada, yada, yada. But is there anything basketball-wise we should be concerned about with this overtime loss to the Pacers?
How big are you into trends? Do you follow trends?
Well, trends are trends for a reason, right? It means that it's kind of a language of telling you what's coming.
You told me about a trend in the NHL when it comes to Stanley Cup.
Right. Teams that are in the playoffs at American Thanksgiving, like 80% of the time end up making the playoffs.
Okay. I have one for you that's pretty much similar to that.
Okay.
It's the rule of 40-20.
Are you aware of this? 40-20?
Yeah, I am.
Phil Jackson. Now, last night for the Knicks.
Saboteur.
Yes.
The Saboteur. That's right.
He is. He was the Saboteur. Took a lot of money. But this is one that is interesting. It made the rounds last night, and I think it's worth bringing up here. So last night's loss gave the Knicks a 34-20 record, 20 losses. And so the determination that Phil Jackson had post-ABA merger 3-point line instituted. So we'll call that the modern era, okay?
So was that 80?
79-80.
79-80.
Okay. Since that year, you have to have won 40 games before losing 20.
Okay.
All but 4 of the NBA champions since then. 4.
Oh, that's a lot.
All but 4.
All but 4 have won 40 before losing 20.
Since 79-80.
Since 80.
Oh, that's huge.
That's a significant number.
So you got to win 40 before your 60th game is what you're saying, basically.
Yeah, I guess. But before you get to the 20,
so
20
can you guess the 4? Like, the first one that pops to mind to me is Toronto.
No.
Yeah, but they probably
Did the Raptors do it?
They did not do it.
No, the
They did.
Raptors are not on the list of the
Yeah,
four
they did.
teams that.
So
that
I don't think
didn't.
you'll be able to guess. Like, is there an
Are
obvious?
they spread out through all the years, or are they?
I'll say this: 3 of the 4 were in this century.
Or in this century?
One fairly recently in this decade.
Give me a Lakers team.
No.
Give me a Spurs team.
No, was there a team that won that didn't have like a major record? Usually it's a top.
Give me Dallas.
No.
Why do I feel like there was a team that was a high seed, but they didn't have like many, like that deep into the 50s in wins?
Think of a team in this century that was a bit of a surprise champion over a dynastic team.
They beat a dynasty team?
A surprise champion.
It's a bit of a surprise champion.
Oh, with the first Heat team?
Yes, the 06.
Okay.
That's one of them.
All right.
Well done.
Well done.
Another one though would be a little more obvious because although it has a Hall of Famer on it, it's not a star-studded. It wasn't at the time like a superstar.
Oh, what the was it the Pistons team?
04 Pistons. That's
04
2.
Pistons. Look at me, 2 for 2.
Don,
Now,
you're rolling.
the one that's most recent, a couple of years ago, it happened in a 72-win season. So I kind of feel like technically they don't count.
The Warriors?
No.
A 72-win season?
72, I'm sorry, I said win. 72-game
season.
Yeah, that's my mistake. 72-game season. So post-COVID year.
The year post-COVID was 72?
Was 72 games.
Because the Lakers
So
won
I don't think they
COVID.
count, but they're being counted. I don't like it.
Was it
Jake got it.
The Bucks, right?
Yes. They were
but they would have done
They
it.
were
if-
46 and 26 that year, but again, if you added 10 more games, could they have gotten 4 more wins? Anyways.
So if we and I think you're fair to discount them. Then it only happened 3 times.
In an 82-game season 3 times, yeah.
But what happened in the what was the 98-99 season?
Yeah, that was a short season too, so that didn't count. That was like I can't remember how many. That might have been 40-something, 48 games.
50.
So that you can't even count.
So that one is already been
not,
discounted.
Yeah, that's
already.
I
been
don't count
discounted.
that.
Okay.
One. Now that
would be the Spurs.
The last team I didn't make note of. It was in the late 90s. Didn't even bother. Because to me, it's just more recent is what stood out to me is that 3 of the 4 were more recent.
So late 90s.
I didn't write it down, so you could guess one, and I don't know. I didn't write it down.
Oh, you didn't write it down?
I didn't look it up.
Oh.
I didn't bother. I looked up the other ones. You have it?
Who is it?
Who you got, Jacob?
You talking about the 95 Rockets?
Oh, it could be, yeah.
I think that was the 4th team.
Yeah, that makes
back-to-back
sense.
champs, so it doesn't matter. So, anyways.
No, but that's not a trend.
So
That's
40-20, you have to get to 40 before you get to 20. You're talking about is that about 90%? Like
It's a lot.
that's a big deal. And so the Knicks have 20 losses. Now
and only 34 wins. So they weren't even close.
Now here's what's interesting. Is that this year, like it's already starting to slip for a lot of teams. We know OKC's already got 41, so they're locked, right?
Right, and they're the
Put a check
favorites to
mark,
win. So.
And they're the defending champs,
right?
But
The
they
Spurs.
already did it. The Spurs are 37 and 16.
So they could do it.
They could do it.
They should do it. Right?
Now there's 2 teams also on the list that are playing tonight. And they are on the verge because they both have 19 losses. That would be the Celtics. I'm sorry, Detroit is 39 and 13.
So they'll do it.
They're right there as well, and they play Toronto tonight.
Detroit and OKC.
So Detroit will probably So they're at 39, but 13. So it's going to be a while, right? Are they going to lose 7 in a row?
I don't think so.
So there's OKC, and Detroit is on the verge. San Antonio feels on the verge, but then the last 2. So that's 3 teams only. Last 2 are hanging on by a thread. Boston tonight plays Chicago. They're 34 and 19. Houston plays the Clippers tonight. They're 33 and 19. So both teams. One has to go basically 6-0. The other one has to go 7-0.
So there's
to
3.
avoid it. So the point I'm trying to make is that would leave us with only 3 teams.
Right. And
is that a reality?
And if you had to rank the top 3 teams to win a title, you might give the 3 that have already done it. Or going to do it, right?
Yeah.
You'd have the Pistons. Well, you'd have the OKC would be 1.
Right.
You'd probably put the Pistons 2.
I mean, I would put the
3.
Spurs. I would put
Right.
the Spurs 2.
But you'd have the Pistons 3.
Yeah. Vegas has, by the way, Vegas still has the Knicks as the favorite out of the East.
Well, the Knicks are going to have.
So Vegas doesn't believe in Detroit, even though Detroit is statistically, look at the numbers. Like the numbers tell you. They're having a phenomenal season.
But they're probably basing that off of.
So how?
No, because Knicks fans probably bet it heavy anyway.
But
that might have moved.
So let me ask you though. So with what we know, history tells us one thing. But this year, does that completely eliminate it now? Like, do you believe that, well, that's it? You know, this formula works. History proves it. So if let's say the Celtics and the Rockets lose tonight, there's 3 teams, and that's it. Or will this year be the outlier? Because there have been outliers.
But here's what I would say.
But it's a reality check for the Knicks and for their fans who are hoping to see this team contend for a championship. Now, it doesn't mean they can't make it to the finals.
Well, see, that's what I was going to say. Does this really change what you believed going in anyway?
All right, so I did put some more time in on this. How about Knicks history? You curious to see
when they've done it?
When they've done it. The 2 championship seasons in 70-73 did it both times.
Oh, yeah, we know.
41st by a mile. The 94 team was on the verge of getting to 20th loss. Pat Riley, that's the famous story about Pat Riley stopping the plane. They were going to Sacramento. They had lost a bunch. The team was miserable. We're not going to Sacramento. We got a day off. We're going to Reno. Gave everybody cash. Blow it off. Blow off all the steam you can. Get back here in 24 hours. Got on the plane, went to Sacramento, won 15 straight games. So they got to the finals. They got to 40 wins before they got to that 20th loss. 92-93 team won 60 games. They were 40-18. They lost, of course, to Michael Jordan in the conference final. The 97 team also got there. But they lost in the second round, but we all know the story about coming off the bench and guys got suspended.
Right.
So I don't know how much you really want to put it to that. The 95 team also, interesting enough, got to 39, but got to the 20th before they got to the 40th. And that team was out in the second round as well. So history does show that even in Knicks history, it has worked when they've gotten to finals, but it's also hasn't done anything in other years that they've done it, right?
But
so
I
don't
went
know.
Pretty far.
But I'm asking, in a year like this, do you buy this or do you say this is probably an outlier year because it feels so wide open? And how could we possibly be down to 3 potential contenders?
But it's interesting that you said it feels wide open. Does it really feel wide open? Or does it feel like it's still the Thunder?
Well, the East?
The East is wide open.
Well, okay, well,
no
the
question.
East. All right, well, let's take the West out of it. Only one team in the East can win a championship? Because right now, they're the only ones left. If the Celtics lose one more game,
right,
they're the last team in the East. And they'll have to win 6 in a row to avoid the 20th loss. I don't think they're going to do that.
They won't be the only team. Like the Pistons won't be the only team. So if the Pistons do get to the 40, right, and the Thunder do it too, and the Thunder win the title, then it still exists.
My point is out of the East, though.
Right, out of the East.
So are we just conceding the fact that the winner's not coming out of the East?
Well, again, but that's
yes,
a silly.
I think
that's
that
the reason I push back, Don, is that we can all say that and say how impossible it is, except you telling me that whoever wins the East won't be close to as good as the Pacers were last year, and they were within a game of beating the Oklahoma City Thunder. So how can we rule out the team?
You're right.
And then the other part of the question is, if the Knicks get to the finals but don't win it, which proves again the 40-20, is it a bad season? Is it a fail?
If they don't get to the final?
If they get to the finals.
If they get to no.
If they get to the NBA finals, but they lose to either the Spurs or the Thunder, and the rule
not
holds.
To me.
So what, like,
you know,
it's just that, like that's what we're batting around right now, is watching this team. They could look as good as they look Sunday. They could look as good as they look in other times. You could say, well, they've still won, 9 of their last 11. Or you could say, well, they've lost 2 of their last 3.
Yeah, right.
There's which one are you
tonight's
really
going to be
believing
important.
in?
Tonight, I think, is very, very.
I think, again, this is always the getaway all-star break game that some guys are already like leaving from that city to whatever destination they're going to. And that's a dangerous game. But after a loss like that, you'd kind of think like you better lock it in.
And everybody's done tonight, right? Or are there games tomorrow?
So
there might be games tomorrow.
There might be games Thursday.
Did you see how close the Knicks came to it last year?
There usually are 2 or 3 on Thursday.
3 games,
right.
yes. There's of course Amazon.
Did you see how close the Knicks came to doing it last year? They were 40-20 through 60 last year, but they suffered their 20th loss after they were 37-20. They were 37-19.
Yeah.
So they came close last year.
Yeah.
To doing it,
but they still didn't.
They didn't.
You know what I mean?
Almost did, because when they lost their 20th, then they rattled off 3 straight wins.
Yeah.
And got to the 4th. But
well, the same thing can happen here, and it still won't matter.
Yeah,
because
it won't matter.
The rule is the rule.
But I guess the overall question is...
Well, you're the one. That's why I asked you, because you're the one that brings up the hockey one.
Right.
And in the NFL, what is it in the NFL?
But this is bigger.
What's in the NFL? There's got to be like a mark in the NFL.
The mark in the NFL for the longest time was chances of making the playoffs if you start like 0-3.
Yeah.
But now that they've added the extra wild card, it's kind of blown
Threw it
up.
off? Okay.
But this stat, to me, you can't ignore it. First of all, 79-80. We're talking Bird and Magic.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's how far back it goes.
Yeah.
And if we take out the Bucks, which I think is fair because there were 10 less games, only 3 teams have done it. It's a stat you can't ignore. I wonder if it's a conversation in the room. We got to win tonight, guys.
I don't think it will. I can't promise you it probably wasn't last night.
No, well, I guess not.
If so, ineffective.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But
I don't know. It's a very impressive stat. But sometimes impressive stats are impressive because you can't believe how often it happened. But are you telling me that it's impossible that it wouldn't happen?
No, but it's not, because four times
happened.
But considering the teams,
but it's a wild.
It just
connection.
means it shows you.
Right.
What it's ultimately telling you is
you're a strong team.
Good teams show you that they're good. Teams with the mettle to win the championship show you over the period of their first 60 games who they are.
Right.
And you know.
Yeah. And the fact that OKC has done it tells you. That's why I don't know if it moves the needle that much for the championship, because I think even Knicks fans felt like, hey, I think the best we can do is go to the final and lose to OKC.
Mm-hmm.
What this galvanizes is, but the Spurs may end up doing it too, is that, Oklahoma City's probably going to go. The thing that changes it is because Detroit's going to do it. Does this make you shaky about getting out of the East? So it doesn't change my narrative, guys, on them winning a championship, but it could change the narrative on how I feel about them getting out of the East. So lots on the table to talk about with the Knicks. Don't forget Monica McNutt's going to join us at 4. We'll get her thoughts on this stat and everything else. Our list at 4:30, ENN at 6. Got another full vehicle till 7 o'clock. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as 1 day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
New year, new season, same goal. Feel good and stay in the game. But if neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica is holding you back, it's time to handle it. I'm Bart Scott, and I'm telling you to call Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain. Dr. Shaw is an Ivy League trained, double board certified, and he specializes in getting people back to living pain-free. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided treatments that work. Same day or next day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. Stop playing through pain. Go to SandwellPain.com. Relief starts today.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
You want to know why betting the winter games on FanDuel makes so much sense? Because from game lines to medal counts to finding your angle on the events you care about most, FanDuel gives you more ways to stay connected to the action. I played in the Olympics for the U.S. men's hockey team, so you know I'm going to be dialed into all of their games. And if you want to get into the action with the hockey, a curling match that started slow and somehow got really tense really fast, or maybe there's a speed skating race that will be decided by inches that you want to get involved with. You can check it all out and so much more on FanDuel, because from game lines to medal counts to finding your angle on the events you care about most, FanDuel gives you more ways to stay connected to the action. The winter games are on, and there's no better way to follow them than with a bet on FanDuel. Check out FanDuel and play your game. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Hey there, guys. Good afternoon. Already in pretty bad shape out there on the roads. First on the Belt eastbound in Brooklyn. It's a crash right after Erskine Street. Been out there for a while. Traffic is crawling there from Coney Island Avenue. After that, looks like we've got something brewing on the eastbound side by Springfield Boulevard. You're backed up there to JFK. Not moving much on the Grand Central eastbound in Queens. Right after the Clearview, an accident in the left lane. Solid slowdowns there from Jewel Avenue. Only easy ride to the outbound George Henry Hudson, Second Choice West Side Highway northbound. Some slowdowns from the 90s. Inbound George looking pretty good for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln already about 5 to 10. Outbound Hahn 15 to 20. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Access to education changes lives. That's why National University provides flexible online and hybrid programs from associate to doctorate degrees. Since 1971, NU was built to serve non-traditional working and military learners nationwide. NU understands the demands of work, family, and service. Each year, more than 130,000 learners trust National University to move forward. Visit nu.edu to learn more.
Hey team, Wendy here. If you're looking to consolidate your high-interest credit card debt with a personal loan, take a look at SoFi Stats. A SoFi personal loan comes with low fixed rates, no fees required, and as soon as same-day funding. That looks good on paper, but SoFi also passes the eye test. Having helped its members pay off over $33 billion in debt to date, score. View your rate for a SoFi personal loan at SoFi.com/stats today. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, NA member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply at SoFi.com/stats. NMLS 696891.
Is he guessing? What do you think he's doing?
He's guessing. Fame by David Bowie. Is there a David Bowie song?
Ooh.
Very influential. Big artist. Big in the 70s.
Again,
big in the 80s.
All you people that are like, we got to go back to when men were men in music.
Oh, yeah.
Just check out David Bowie.
Yeah, it wouldn't hit the same, though. For some reason.
Before you get too upset about what you see today, check out David.
Yeah, a lot of these.
I bet the crowd that's super like that now, I'm sure that same kind of person was probably like that when they saw David Bowie.
That's fair point.
Yeah, if they just weren't as loud.
And listen, my dad, who was as conservative as anybody on the planet, would see David Bowie and go, "What's her name?"
Yeah,
ha, and then just not consume it.
And then how about...
He didn't care I did.
Right.
He didn't care it existed.
Right.
He just said, you know what? I'm good. And he made fun of it. But
it didn't become his life identity, was hating David Bowie.
Right.
He
didn't
didn't have to do a rant about
it. And then 3 seconds later, he was on to something else.
Right. And then he saw like the little drummer boy duet and was like, "That's beautiful."
Yeah,
and didn't realize that's the same guy.
It's a moment in time.
So
I really didn't become a Bowie fan until he died. Besides the biggest ones that everybody knew, but like I didn't like Life of Mars and stuff like that. His most acclaimed stuff, I didn't. Ziggy Stardust stuff, I didn't get familiar with till he passed. I'll tell you the truth.
That's good.
You're kind of young for it. So
I'm a little young. I'm a little young.
I wouldn't be.
The big records were the only things I knew, and the ones that hip hop sampled.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, like, embarrassing as this one is, kind of the same with Prince. I liked Prince. I knew he was a savant. I knew he was this musical genius. I knew all the stories about him. But it wasn't until he passed that I started putting on albums from the beginning and just hitting play. Prince is right up your age range, right in your wheelhouse.
But if people are honest, which they rarely are, there's a lot of holes musically that everybody goes through.
Yeah,
for just some reason they missed,
and then you come back to it,
and then you're late to it, and then you could appreciate it, and then we all want to jump them, and they'll say, "Oh no, I knew." It's like, no, just admit, like there's some people. For whatever reason, you kind of missed it in real time.
Wouldn't you argue that of all the things we hate the internet and social media for what it's done to our society, the one redeeming thing is the fact that you can go back and easily find things that you at the time didn't either get, understand, or care about, find it, and then connect to it in a different way.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love how easy it is to do that. So that's a cool thing. You guys are bad teammates, by the way. Just throwing it out there. Because you didn't tell me at all that the hair was like sticking up.
I don't know
like
from hair.
Gordon Ramsay.
I swear, if there was a Bible in front of me,
killing me,
I would swear on the Bible. I saw the quaff, and I thought it was a decision.
I ran my fingers through my hair, and I didn't think like, I might have messed it up.
I thought it was a decision he made, and I was on board with it. I thought it looked great. I honestly did. I honestly did.
You thought it looked good?
That's how much he respects you. Think about that. How much he respects you.
I turned around at the end of the break, just at our break. We were still obviously on YouTube because of the delay, and I couldn't believe no one said to me, "Hey, just fix that real quick."
Yeah, I'm too bald to even notice what's bad with hair. I'm like,
no idea.
The whole thing makes
you don't know what bad hair is.
No, I'm not.
Is that not working for
you? Actually, if you had asked me, I thought it looked great. I thought it was a decision, and it was a great decision.
I find myself,
and boy, it didn't take. Wasn't long for him to fix it, right? It was quick.
I find myself
trying not to be in the embarrassing portion of the show, but I tend to do it each day.
I find myself trying to, speaking of embarrassment, worrying about judgment on the list.
Right. What do
you mean? I feel like when we get to the list, I feel like Alan and I are going to have like versions of a similar list, different. But
and reacting to it with curiosity.
Like, really?
And then the judge will come out.
I feel like Don, arbiter of all things rock and roll, is going to be like, you're garbage for that selection.
I promise.
It has no place on that list.
Like yesterday when I just jokingly threw out one song and he just lost.
I mean, he was
You're
sick.
already out.
Yeah. So I'm a little intimidated by that because I'm thinking like.
I promise. I might disagree. I can't help it. I'm a talk show host. I agree, disagree. I have an opinion.
Right.
No, you should have an opinion.
But just like when we come up with our list and we have to give reasons why it's on the list, well, the same will be on the person that's critical saying, I don't think that belongs on the list. Here's why I believe it doesn't belong.
Fair.
Like you just go, that's terrible selection. If I do that and don't back it up with facts, well, then I look like the idiot.
Yeah.
Then I'm being that guy.
Yes. Okay.
I have one song.
Parameters.
I have one song that I'm like flirting with whether I put it in.
I have one. I know he's gonna be mad at me about the choice I made.
So this one isn't one that I think he'd be mad about the choice in terms of like genre or like style or anything. I think it's just a matter of, is it truly big enough to be in this sort of list? But at the same time, to me, the first notes of it are so absolutely impactful. When you think about what a certain era sounds like, that to me, I'm like, it's appropriate, even though it may not be big enough for that list otherwise.
Now, get this done because I think Alan's already done it. I've done it.
Oh, I'm done.
You're going to have
it's a novel.
So did you send it to Jacob?
I sent him my list.
Right.
I didn't send him my novel that I wrote with it.
But you wrote a novel for each song?
Dude, I got problems.
But you have to send the list to Jacob because the way we're going to do it is before you say it, we're going to play the first few seconds of it. Because that's part of it. Because you play the first few seconds, and Alan and I are like, what song is this?
Wait, hold on.
That's going to hurt your argument.
Have a problem, yeah.
Well, hold on. You're saying play a few seconds, then talk?
Yeah.
You don't
Because you'll know the song the minute it
Yeah,
starts.
but I just think just hear me out. From a presenting climactic standpoint, you don't think it's more impactful that you say this song was this, this, and this, it made you feel this, this, and this, you hype everyone up for it, and then does it deliver on the message that you just
I'll
gave?
tell you what, you do that way because I already have it I already have it set up as the other way.
Okay, if you don't mind, I like that.
We can all do it differently.
You're making a good point from a theatrical standpoint.
Yeah.
But if you're really trying to sell it,
then you shouldn't need to.
Then you shouldn't. If I played the first 10 seconds of the song and I don't know what it is, that's going to really hurt your argument.
Well, but none of these are going to be things where you don't know what it is. But I'm
also thinking about the audience, too.
I think the same thing. But subjectively, this whole thing is subjective.
Of course it is.
So it's all about us painting a case. To me, I'd rather paint the case where I set it up and then let the music hit you. All we can do is make the best case we make for the people.
You know, every presentation is different. So we don't have to follow the same format. I have my format. I like the idea of I'm going to play the little bit. You're going to hear it, you're going to know it, and I'm going to tell you
this
why.
may change lists forever. How about that?
I agree.
I agree. I like what we're doing.
This could be influential.
This could change the way we do lists.
And
everybody does lists.
Yeah, we're really, this is how we do
whole
lists.
Station.
And we make no, I didn't say that. Right here in Hahn and Rosenberg, baby. But what I'm saying is we all do the list and we really think about picking things that require this much thought and will get people this animated about it.
And production.
You know? And it requires work. Right. Make these guys earn their
when you say these guys, we're 3 seconds, literally. If I don't take a phone call within the next 10 seconds.
No, you're dead.
All I said in Don's ear, and Peter, I'll ask you, because you're a radio professional like the rest of us.
Sure.
Not me.
So we should make the 4 o'clock hour 2 segments. Because I feel like if we do this at a 4:30 segment, this will not take 12 minutes.
Yeah.
All I said was,
maybe
can
we
I
come
prepare?
back. Maybe we tease and continue.
No,
don't worry about it.
He makes a good point, though.
He makes a good point, but his tone.
Well, his tone. Let me say something about Anthony.
He's the producer.
Let me tell you something about Anthony Pusick.
What other tone is he supposed to have?
Anthony Pusick is a 10 as a producer. As far as tones go, he's not a 10, okay? Tone isn't his number one thing. No, it's the message that he delivers that matters.
He's not tone low.
Yeah, he's not tone low.
By the way, I'll take that. I'll take that with pride. Actually.
He's tone deaf.
Yeah, no, he's not tone low. He's tone deaf. But the message, his message is dead on though, because maybe we just take Monica and then we take a break.
Because how annoying would it be if I go, got break, while we're in number 3 of Peter's song and we've got Alex to go.
Whoever's up.
So
he's right.
I'm preparing myself now. This will be a 2-segment 4 o'clock hour.
Now, we got lots of Knicks calls to get to. Monica at 4. It's Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. We're hanging out with you till 7 o'clock here on ESPN New York.
March the 20th of 2026, there's one place to be. And that place is Pickleball Heaven. Pickleball Heaven. It's a pickleball facility, massive facility, in Medford, New York. We're going to do the show there that day from 6 to 10. Then there's a tournament. And then after we win the tournament, Rick, we'll stay and watch some basketball with the people. Now, the worst part of all this is the name. Listen, I got to participate in Rickleball Madness. What do you want from me?
You're a teammate of Rickleball.
Yeah, right. You're part of the event. You're the co-headliner. If my name was Dave Pickleball, it would still be Rickleball Madness.
I think that's accurate.
I don't want this kind of pressure. I would prefer it be named after you.
No, you don't. You want all the shine.
No, I don't. Call whatever you want.
Dave's Pickleball Extravaganza.
Sorry, Dave. We're still calling it Rickleball Madness. And it's Friday, March 20th at Pickleball Heaven in Medford, New York. To sign up and register to play, go to the ESPN New York app and click on the Rickleball tile.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877 for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877 for Kids.
1-877 for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Want to know why betting the winter games on FanDuel makes sense? Well, from game lines to medal counts to finding your angle on the events you care about most, FanDuel gives you more ways to stay connected to the action. The winter games are on, and there's no better way to follow them than with a bet on FanDuel. Which winter event do you have a good feeling about? Figure skating, bobsled, skiing, snowboarding, curling matches that start slow and somehow get tense fast? speed skating decided by inches, hockey games that just feel different from the opening face-off to final horn, and so much more. Want to know why betting the winter games on FanDuel makes sense? Well, from game lines to medal counts to finding your angle on the events you care about most, FanDuel gives you more ways to stay connected to the action. The winter games are on, and there's no better way to follow them than with a bet on FanDuel. FanDuel, play your game. 21 plus and physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Time is valuable. That's why Lowe's Blueprint Takeoffs turn blueprints into quotes faster. Bring us your plans, and we'll generate itemized material lists to make quoting easier so you can get back to building. Plus, at the Lowe's Pro Desk, you get access to thousands of building materials not sold in store. And when your order's ready, we'll deliver everything to the job site. Improving is easy at Lowe's.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Jeff's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination, where Sammy, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge. And Sammy does that for free too. In no time at all, Jeff is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Max, Runs, K Cunningham. This is where the stars ride. Jaylen Brown, prime time in LA. Luka, yeah, the All-Star game is iconic. Jokic, Wemby, USA versus the world. Now we all around the globe.
NBA All-Star game Sunday, February 15th on NBC and Peacock.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com. That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
No, he's setting a tone.
He's definitely searching.
Night divides the day. Gotta love.
Big one.
Break out through to the other side.
Pretty big one.
Did you like the movie?
You know what? I did. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I just read the Val Kilmer memoir.
Yeah.
And he said that because the Doors were in on the movie.
I'd hope so.
That who was I forget which one said that they got chills when he walked in the room as Jim Morrison. Like, that's how well Val Kilmer did with it.
If you look at old film and then look at that movie, he did such a good – it was almost like there was that scene we were just talking about, Herb Brooks. Kurt Russell does that one scene where he's just skating and he's talking to the players, and all the guys from the team, when they were watching the movie, said it was the same thing. Like, in that moment, just for a second, his mannerisms and the way he turned his head, like Russell captured Herb in a way that you felt like that's Herb. Like, if just in that one moment, and it is hard to do, but I thought the same. I thought Val Kilmer nailed it in that role, and it was
that movie's like, what was that, came out like 91?
91, 92.
Like, that's an old movie.
Yeah, it's a while back now.
Yeah,
Val Kilmer book is good because he lived a life. He wasn't quite to the level of Daniel Day-Lewis, but close in where he just dove into characters.
Mm-hmm.
He was just a little bit more diverse. Like he did comedy. He did kind of
Another guy who's going
crazy
too
things.
soon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. At least he got to 65 to James Vanderbeek at 48.
48
really
is not right.
All right, Flavio gets us started in Brooklyn. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, fellas? So I wanted to ask Alan. So I was watching yesterday's Knicks game, and I felt like what Don had said about Indiana was going to treat this as like their Super Bowl. Felt like it was accurate, but it was kind of concerning just because like I know Alan has said that this is like kind of like the dog days of the NBA, and I don't know if this is a sign to worry with the lack of defense that the Knicks have been displaying, because there was no reason why I felt like Indiana should have been able to go into overtime and then, hit the number that they did with the Knicks. And I don't know if the Knicks were looking ahead, knowing that they have the Sixers, or just want to get into All-Star break. I don't know if this is just a sign to worry, but I felt like Jalen Brunson, played like a dog as usual, and that's nothing to worry about. But I don't know. I just want to get Alan's insight and you guys as well.
I'll tell you. No, I appreciate it, and it's that's the problem with losses like this is it makes you start second guessing when you try to look at big picture and you're like, well, wait a minute, they've just won 9 of 11, like they've been on a hell of a run, and going into the game last night, they were giving up 98 points a game over those 11 games, so the defense was better. They were allowing 28% shooting from 3, and what happened was Indiana, and you were right, Don. I was right by. I'm situated by the visitors' bench at home games, so I'm very tuned into what's being said, the mood, everything. Right? Who's into the game? I've seen teams come in, and I've seen like stars who look completely checked out, and you could see their bench like trying to get the guy going. A guy you could just tell he's just not about it. And last night I saw Rick Carlisle and the Pacers do one of these like, this is Knicks Pacers. This is one we're going to lock in on. And the Knicks gave up some early open threes because their defense just wasn't where it should be mentally. And a couple of guys started hitting them, and what happened? Now you start feeling good. That Pacer bench was up and energetic and feeling it. The building was rocking, like there was just a buzz. So they were kind of into it. And their competitive juices started going. You have Nembhard still. You have Neesmith, you have Siakam. Like they still have a couple of dudes that are from the wars the last 2 years.
All right.
So they got into it, and the Knicks couldn't stop. They had 7 threes in the first quarter. They averaged 12 a game. So that started, and the Knicks couldn't put the fire out. They scored 136 points, more than enough to win. More than enough to win.
But you know what bothered me?
They couldn't stop a nosebleed. Their defense was atrocious, and they thought, we'll just outscore it. It got too loose of a game, schoolyard stuff, both sides kind of joking with each other, laughing about stuff, and that to me was the danger part of it. You didn't take it serious. You still thought you were going to beat them. You were up 7 various points of the games where it looked like you're about to put them away, and you didn't, and that's a bad loss.
But you know what the big issue for me? All that makes sense, but you get the overtime, Cat hits the foul shots, and then you let them go on a 9-0 run to start OT?
Couldn't make a shot.
Like, shouldn't you just be like, okay, guys, we shouldn't be here.
Right.
And just be the better team for 5 minutes, and they couldn't. And again, it took a while to wake up in overtime.
But Jalen Brunson, you saw his legs were shot at the end of that game.
Yeah.
He missed short 3 shots that he should have easily made. Landry Shamet had great looks. He couldn't make a big shot. Now, he has made big shots lately, but in this game, he just missed good shots. And that's the part that kind of, like, Brunson got whatever he wanted, which is why he put up so many shots, because nobody could guard him. He was killing them. But late in the game, when it was put the game away time, short. He went for the killer 3 on one possession late in the game, last minute. And that was going to be the dagger. Nail this, game over. He's short on it. And like sometimes they go in, sometimes they don't, all that stuff. But that's really what happened.
Am I wrong in thinking that this team in general over the last couple of years, when they have these a lot of emotional games where they force OT, a lot of times then give it away immediately in 2 minutes into overtime?
The Knicks? No. They've been a pretty good OT team.
I always feel like in big moments I recall them running out of gas in overtime.
Well, I mean, the running out of gas thing is you're used to in the playoffs. Like, we saw a lot of that. Like that, again, the Pacers series was a whole lot of just didn't have enough in the tank late in the game.
Right.
Sometimes having to climb all the way back. So
let's go to Spike at St. Pete. You're on ESPN New York.
Hey,
What's up, buddy?
Spike.
Hey, guys, thanks. I'm a Summer of Love guy. I know I'm out of the parameter, but I'll go Hey Jude, Nights in White Satin, and Whiter Shade of Pale. That's for my generation.
All good.
Am I good?
Yeah,
all
no,
very
no,
good.
those are good.
Very good.
Yeah.
Love Nights in White Satin.
Hey, no cheap shot jokes at me, but I'm big on the organ. Okay, here we go. Vanilla Fudge.
That's a drop.
Okay.
Yeah, we need that
So,
one.
Yeah, that's fine. Hey, look, I'm offering you guys whatever they call it, a friendly limb or something. If Orlando and the Knicks meet up, my oldest boy got season tickets behind the bench. Alan, you'll be working, but if Peter, you're in Orlando, or Don, you're doing the Rays game, not the Rays, the Lightning game, we're taking a ride over in a limo over to the Kia Center. My treat.
Oh, there you go.
Me?
Now you're talking.
Okay.
All right.
It's a lot of timing there. It's a lot of timing if everyone's here and everybody's there. What I saw last night is a Hall of Fame coach, and I saw Ibaka Zubac sitting on a bench wearing something there.
Yep.
Thank God he didn't play. But my one statement, and thank you for everything, you guys. You're just great friends. I love you all. Here's my one statement. Before that game, Mike Brown or one of those guys sitting on the bench, you go over to Cat, and you say to Cat, you got to put 30 and 15 up tonight on that white kid from Wisconsin, or whoever was sitting there, because Zubac couldn't suit up. And that trade will haunt them. That's a very bad trade. See, here's where I go. I think Kenny's going to get Cleveland in the spot, and the Knicks are going to play Boston, and Cleveland's going to take out the Pistons. Because that crap they pulled against Charlotte, since Michael Jordan's gone, Charlotte's got three really good players with Brandon Miller and the right ball kid and the rookie Callahan. They may knock off someone in the play-in. I threw a lot at you. I'd love to hear the comments.
Well, I appreciate the phone call as always, and we'll keep in mind what your offer.
Towns did have 22 and 14. He didn't get the 30. His three-point shot is way off, as we know. He did commit 6 fouls, and some of them were those, face palm offensive fouls. Why are you hooking the arm? Why do you keep doing it and all that? But he's still he still gave you 22 and 14. But I'm telling you, this isn't offense. This isn't offense. 134 points, more than enough to win a game. It was allowing 18 threes, including 7 in the first quarter. It's a bad tone to set at home. And Alvarado, by the way, who everybody was excited to see him make his Garden debut as a Knick, he struggled. And I imagine he was probably overcome with a lot of probably had jitters, nerves, whatever it was, because he couldn't make a shot and really, really struggled to make an impact in this game like you normally would expect.
Monica McNutt's going to join us next. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg till 7 o'clock here on ESPN New York.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rosenberg.
If the Giants are an 8-win team, and then they are a playoff team, and then they win a playoff game, and then they get to the NFC Championship game, and then they get to the NFC Championship game again, and then they go back a step, and then the franchise is now on strong footing for Harbaugh and beyond, that would be a win. I'm just saying, I expect within 5 years for this team to win a Super Bowl.
DiPietro and Rosenberg, morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
This February at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel, love is in the air with our $100,000 Roll into Romance drawing. Be here on Fridays in February from 3 to 7 p.m. when each hour one lucky guest is drawn to roll the dice for a shot at winning up to $5,000. Earn entry starting at 2 p.m. Club members can earn up to 5 times entry multipliers at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Wild Turkey Bourbon and ESPN New York are bringing you the ultimate New York game day. 2 games, 1 damn day. We're kicking things off tonight at the Whiskey Brooklyn on 44 Berry Street in Brooklyn starting at 7 p.m. Stop by for Wild Turkey tastings, exclusive giveaways, and your chance to win an epic New York sports experience. Opening day energy in the Bronx, Knicks at night vibes, all in one unforgettable day. So grab your crew and experience Wild Turkey at the Whiskey Brooklyn tonight. Must be 21 or older. Drink responsibly.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
The following is a paid advertisement for the Wellness Company.
Today we're talking cancer awareness, and I want to bring in someone with a really unique perspective, Dr. Kelly Victory. She's a board-certified emergency medicine physician with over 30 years of experience who serves on the chief medical board for the Wellness Company. And most importantly, she's a cancer survivor. Dr. Victory, thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks very much for having me, Michelle.
We've been hearing a lot lately about cancer rates rising, especially in younger adults, which is obviously pretty alarming. What are you seeing?
Without question, cancer rates are rising across the board. And concerningly, we are seeing more aggressive cancers in people even in their 20s and 30s.
That's scary for a lot of people. Is there anything that can be done to help alleviate that fear?
And that is what led me to develop the new product Shield, because it is a group of more than 12 well-studied, scientifically proven supplements that help to supercharge your immune system, the first line of defense against cancer.
To learn more, visit victoryagainstcancer.com and use promo code SMALLS to save $25 on Shield.
Always consult your doctor to determine if this product is right for you.
ESPN New York, now streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe today and watch the show. WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
I like what, if nothing else, the rejoins from Jacob.
It's been good today.
It's well worth it. Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, fellas, the Knicks are back in action as they'll take on the Sixers in Philadelphia, with coverage immediately following us at 7, and the Nets host the Pacers at 7:30. Why do I feel like the Nets are going to win by 30? Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. As disappointing is to have football over, and we won't talk until next season with Booger McFarland as our weekly, it does open the door to talk some basketball every Wednesday at 4 o'clock.
But with who?
With Monica McNutt.
Oh, boy.
And here is the debut for the 25-26 season, and we welcome her to Don Hahn and Rosenberg. How are you?
Hi, guys. Thank you for the welcome. Thrilled to be with you.
I think a celebration like this is worth the Korean NBA correspondent.
Yep.
Yes.
And one guy was way excited.
I appreciate that.
And I got to tell you, too, your chemistry with Tyler Murray is so good, considering the fact it's not like you work 82 games with him, right? I don't think you worked with him for a while, right? Because you were mentioning that it had been a while since you had a chance to see him going into last night's game, and yet the chemistry is still pretty amazing. That's a credit to the both of you.
Yeah, no, Tyler's great. Alan knows this as a first-hand teammate. I think both Tyler and I feel that we lucked up tremendously in terms of how well we have clicked as broadcast partners. Well, we got a couple TV games coming up this year I'm actually really excited about. And then just as friends, too. Like, he deserves all the good things that are coming to him in New York, and he's got huge shoes to fill coming in behind Mike Breen, but I think he's done a really great job so far.
Now, I will say there was a recent time when Alan posted a picture on the road with Tyler Murray, and I, Monica, legitimately thought Alan posted a picture when he brought his son with him to work.
Yeah. He's got a very youthful look. It's true.
Like do people ever look at you like, oh, you babysit? I mean, he really looks young in the face. He looks 17.
I thought that was a shot at me looking old.
I was going to say, it's not about you, Hahn.
It's not about you. It's not about you. It's not about Monica. It's about the youth fountain that Tyler's drinking from.
Yeah, no, I think his favorite thing recently was at Twitter. I don't know how we're describing viral these days, but in his world, it was a little viral that he was posted by a Knicks fan, and it was like peak example of voice not matching the body.
Yes.
To which Tyler cleverly responded with the mouse from Space Jam.
Yeah,
I forgot what he quoted on it, but he was thrilled.
Well, not thrilled last night with the way that game ended. But I want to ask you, Monica, about the way the game started. Back-to-back in Philly, right before All-Star break is tonight, and that's a team that's 3 losses behind you. And last night's game was a rival, yes. You've been through some wars with them, but they look a lot different with the worst record in the East. Did you think the Knicks looked beyond that game or didn't take it as seriously as they should have at the start, and it caused the Pacers to get into a rhythm that they just didn't want to get out of?
So I'll be honest, y'all. I've been thinking about this game more in the post game than I've thought of most games in this run, right? Because I'm really puzzled with everything on paper versus what we saw last night. Right. I've come to the conclusion, and you can tell me if I'm tripping or being too much of a homer. I don't think I'm being a homer on this one. I think that the Pacers, while everybody's up in arms about what Utah is doing, the Pacers got a really funky deal with the draft or the pick that they need to get and the protections, especially after the Clippers trade for Zubac. And so Rick Carlisle is one of the craftiest and most respected coaches in the league. So I don't think we're talking about them not trying to win in the same way that you're talking about Utah is. And last night was more of an example of how blatant it is that they are not trying to win, because it's not that they are not a talented team. That was the one thought I've had. And the second thought I've had is I have been one who has been critical of the defensive numbers over this now 11-game stretch, because I'm like, yes, it has improved. Yes, you've climbed into the top 12, I believe, in defensive rating numbers, but look at who you played. And so I think last night was, for me, an opportunity to see how real this defense was, and I was reminded that, again, the Pacers continue to be a nightmarish matchup for the Knicks with or without Tyrese Halliburton. So for me, last night was more about the Pacers than it actually was the Knicks, only because I don't think that is going to be a team that you have to deal with in the postseason, given the now 14 wins that they have.
That was going to be my question when you watch that. Is it a bad matchup with the Pacers? Is it something about their athleticism that other teams might be able to take advantage of? What is it about this Pacer team that makes it so hard for the Knicks?
Well, I think for the Knicks, if you look at them, five-man, man-on-man, right? In this one, they can put three guards on the floor that can guard well and disrupt all of your ball handlers, especially on a night without OG Anunoby and Mitchell Robinson. Like, the offensive rebounding advantage, which is typically gaudy in the favor of the Knicks. I think the Knicks cleared like 25% or 22% rather of offensive rebounds last night. Like, they needed those second chance points last night because the Pacers continue to make it a hard day at the office for Jalen Brunson in particular. Now, I am mind-boggled why there was not a better opportunity for Karl Anthony Towns last night, because no disrespect to Jay Huff or Micah Potter, but come on now, right? Mm-hmm. Like, this is your clear advantage in this matchup. So I really think, guys, and again, I said this on the post-game show last night, I'm walking down the steps to come do the show and listening to fans, and I think these fans were right in that was a big game for the Pacers considering the history of these two teams. So you cannot look at what you came in on paper with regarding both of these teams. This was just a ball being rolled out on the court, let's go, and the Pacers brought the energy.
How aware are you of the 40-20 rule?
You know, that means the Knicks got to win 6 straight before they hit 20, right? I think we looked at it last night.
Well, they already got the 20
or
losses.
Did they hit? No, they hit the 20 last night.
Yeah.
Yep, that was it. There's that.
Yeah.
Well, I looked at the 4 teams that are the outliers to that, with the Bucks being the most recent. And I think prior to that, it was the 06 Heat, I think, did it,
right.
Broke that rule.
Right.
I think those teams had the ability to turn on historic levels of defense, which I would not say that the Knicks are equipped to do this year. I'm going to be curious to see how this one plays out, because I will say this too. In a year where we're now about to hit the All-Star break, and the conversation at large on both conferences, might I add, the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference, is how wide open it is. In a year where there seems not to be a favorite, will that rule still apply? Because I think a lot of people are going to hit 20 losses before they get to 40 wins.
Well, Boston and the Rockets both have 19. So before the All-Star break, they could hit the 20 if they lose tonight, right? And so that would leave us with only 3 teams. The Thunder have already done it. The Pistons are 1 win away from 40, and the Spurs are 3 wins away. So those would be the only teams. And that's why I was saying, does that tell us, all right, so there's only 3 teams are going to win the championship? There's only 3 possibilities? Or is this going to be an outlier year, because it does feel like it's a little more wide open? Although, of course, the Thunder, other than when they play the Spurs, look indomitable.
I'm with you. I'll take the latter on it being an outlier year.
Mm-hmm.
But it is crazy because we took out the Bucks because that was only a 72-win season.
Game, yeah.
So only 3 times has the team won the championship without the 40-20 since 1979-80.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
crazy.
I know these things are kind of fun, But sometimes the numbers are just like, whoa, I got to pay attention to this.
But I like what you said, though, Monica, because that's what I think you have to watch. And it's really been what we've watched all year with this Knicks team, is to be an outlier, you have to have something about your game that is extra special.
Yeah.
And normally that would be defense in the playoffs. And we have not seen that reason to believe it with this Knicks team, right?
Yeah. I mean, now, does that mean that this team's ability to put up, 120 plus and their offensive efficiency cannot be sort of that outlier to counter the defensive woes? Like, I don't know. We got to wait and see. We all know playoff basketball tends to slow down a bit. But if your defense is not going to be the thing that jumps off the page, you better be hitting a hell of a streak in terms of everybody clicking at the right time offensively, so much so that the best defenses can't even counter you, right? So we'll see. I still think as we watch this thing unfold, as much as I respect what the Pistons are doing, and I am even, in the last couple of weeks, I've really been thinking about our thought process around experience, right? I think we're at an interesting place in the league where do you need experience or do you need stamina? And to me, stamina at this point, when we look at our stars, definitely tends to favor the younger teams. So I don't even know if I'm concerned with the experience of Detroit as much as one might typically be. But if you give me the opportunity to be worn down, battle tested a couple series in or one series in before you run into some of these teams, does that then give experience the edge? So I don't know. I'm really excited to see how this all plays out this year. I'm excited about this month after All-Star break in a way that I don't think I've been as enthused in a while.
Well, I was going to ask, Monica, do you feel differently about this team at this point this year than you do last year?
Let me think. Okay, so I am excited about the experience that this team has under their belt. What I will say that is different from last year is I still think there's more to be figured out, where I felt like I had a better handle on who this team was at this point last year. Because it was such a departure year to year, going from a year where the offense was anemic, but you knew you could count on the defense and how hard they were going to play. And then last year it was like, okay, well, we're actually settling into watching a high-powered offense that maybe is not a signature defense to what you're accustomed to. And this year we've seen this defense have a surge in the last couple of weeks that I don't know that I thought was possible at the start of the calendar year. And now I think the defense might come back to its mean, but is the offense going to keep getting better? As I believe Mike Brown and Karl-Anthony Towns still have a ways to go in terms of a meeting of the mind that is going to be required if this team is going to meet its goals.
Now, we talked about, and we're talking to Monica McNutt, who's going to join us every Wednesday at 4 o'clock for the rest of the basketball season, that not getting Giannis, that all being over after the deadline, might have freed Cat a bit, maybe freed the room up a little bit. It's only been a handful of games, but are you getting a sense that there's a bit of relief that the deal wasn't made and guys weren't getting jerked around to different teams, and that there is a vote of confidence maybe given by management that, hey, we didn't have to make this deal. We believe in you guys.
First of all, the big vote for management we all heard was when James Dolan came out and spoke this year, which is not a common event, right? So I kind of leaned on that even as the noise got a little bit louder. It was unfortunate that the noise probably got its loudest when the wins were the fewest over that stretch in January. But yes, I would say now you look at one another in the locker room, we all we got, right? Like, we all we got, we all we need is what you would hope is what they're saying to one another. And I do buy that. But again, that doesn't mean, and this is my thing, y'all, like, I don't even necessarily want a locker room that's kumbaya if it means you're rolling over and okay with what happened last night. There still has to be a level of accountability, challenging one another, because I don't think this team has hit its best basketball yet. So, yes, sigh of relief that you're not getting traded, but it does not take your foot off the gas in terms of finding out how to be the best version of yourself. And I will give Karl-Anthony Towns his credit, right? Like, everybody's focused on him not averaging 20 points for the first time in God knows how long in his NBA career, but he's been great on the glass, second leading rebounder in the league right now as the stats stand today. Yesterday, those plays that he made down the stretch, I don't consider rebounding a little thing, but the efforts to get to the rim, the things that don't show up in the box score, like, is that the type of year that he's going to have potentially down the stretch? I think that is going to be important, but I do think there's more in terms of incorporating him into the offense and being able to take advantage of mismatches.
Well, I know you got to catch the bus to head over to the arena to make the call tonight for tonight's game and the last game before the break.
You could Uber and stay longer, but that's just me. That's all right. No, listen. I just threw it out.
Do you understand how Monica rolls?
No, listen. I'm surprised.
That's Uber Black.
The carpet comes out, the whole thing.
Oh,
like,
I know
she
the
needs,
thing.
she needs the arena entrance.
Yeah.
You know, people always say Stephen A. walks in like he's a player walking in the arena with the cameras.
Wow.
I'm just saying. Monica draws
Even
all
in Philly?
all the lenses.
Philly doesn't reek red carpet
on Monica. What? No, I'm saying you have the magnetism is what I'm saying. but just quickly, because I know you have to go. I talked to a pissed off Jalen Brunson last night in that locker room. It's the last game before All-Star break. A lot of times that getaway, guys already got flights out of Philly to whatever the sandy beach they're going to. But do you what is your anticipation about tonight's game with Philly? You know, they do seem to have the Knicks number.
Not only does Philly have the Knicks number a bit, but they're coming off of one that I think they would consider to be embarrassing to end their road trip, right? That loss to Portland. And, y'all, Joel Embiid has been available for 7 of the last 10, and he was listed questionable at my last glance at the injury report at 2 o'clock, so I'll be curious to see if he played, but he didn't play in Portland, so I'm expecting him to play. Mitchell Robinson, I believe, will be back for the Knicks, though, so that's a good matchup. But the last time that the Knicks were here, the last few minutes of that ball game was really the versatility of OG Anunoby in particular, who is not available tonight. So I think this is one that they need to get their heads out of the sand, if you will, and finish strong and not – listen, the other thing about it is you can't let this one be a given because of the standings, bro. This could be your first-round matchup if you play around. And I personally – the Knicks have played well in the past versus the Sixers in the first round, but I don't know if that's the one you want, per se, right? If Joel Embiid is figuring out a way to be able to navigate being a part of a series. And, as you just saw with the Pacers last night, they haven't exactly been spectacular with guards that can boogie a la Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe. So this one is not just about being focused to finish the break. It's also about what you're going to be looking at when the clock strikes April 18th, when the playoffs start.
Well, enjoy the game tonight. Enjoy the All-Star break, and we'll talk to you next Wednesday.
Sounds good, guys. Thank you.
Later. I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be a lot of fun. Every Wednesday, getting a chance to talk to her, not just about the Knicks,
but
too.
No, she's great.
We can talk about just the NBA in general, but there's so many topics to hit.
Another guest to talk commies with. You know what I mean? Thank you. Appreciate that.
Awesome.
That might have been the reason why we didn't do it during the football season. We waited until after the football season.
Doesn't mean there won't be moves to be made.
Like Legler.
A lot of cap space.
When we have Legler on, we make sure it's not during football season.
No, well, listen.
But you do have the draft.
That's right.
So I guess you will allow a question during the draft.
No, there could be big free agent moves that happen. Who knows?
Yeah. We have like a daily draft show coming up.
Heard about that.
The ESPN rolling
That's
out.
a lot.
NFL Draft Daily. Every day mocks.
Get ready for a lot of NFL for that ace.
All of it. They're wearing mock turtlenecks. They're wearing moccasins. Everything that's just going to mock everything up, and you're going to love every minute of it, Don. We're going to make you love it. Clockwork Orange, love it.
No.
Yeah.
I don't want to be overly concerned about Philip Gustafson.
So much football, you're going to be throwing up pigskin.
And Sweden.
I think there's reason for concern.
I'm watching Sweden-Italy as the men are playing.
Oh, that's why.
Hockey. The game is tied at 2.
Yeah.
Sweden is out shooting Italy 33-4.
But Italy's shooting 50%.
The game is tied at 2.
They're shooting 50%, though. That's
I
good.
picked Sweden to go to the gold medal game because of their goaltending. What is going on?
The only time that I've looked down, Italy has scored because I've seen the ice be on Sweden's side the entire game.
Bet your ice.
Extras from The Sopranos are on the Italy team.
That is crazy.
I was asked. I declined.
Listen, they're probably going to win this game 10-3, but dear God, it's 33-4.
Yeah, but again, they're shooting 50%. That's great.
And Gustafson is their number 1 goaltender because I was
not anymore.
Markey in there? No,
hey, he's playing like number 2.
I didn't see the goals.
The first one was bad.
But was the second one like a fluke?
I still haven't seen the second.
The first one was a joke. That was an absolute joke. He lost it. He threw his stick. He didn't even have his stick in his hand.
Meanwhile, Sweden's 2 goals are picture perfect. One power play, one timer, another one Forsling just rips a clapper.
Well, we did see an upset earlier today. Finland got beat, so could be very interesting. Finally, we'll get to see the Americans play tomorrow. They take on Latvia. We're all over because now these things are happening in the afternoon.
Things are happening in the afternoon. I heard that once.
I'm just kind of flabbergasted by 33. That's ridiculous. We're not even midway through the game.
Yeah.
They're on pace at like 66 to 8.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And a 4-4 final.
And it's tied at 2.
Yeah, why not? The Olympics.
You know they're doing 3-on-3 OT?
Beautiful.
Yeah, oh, please go
That'd
to
be
OT.
tremendous.
Please go to OT.
That's fun.
This would be terrific. Let's go to Gilberto in the truck. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, man? Hello. Hope the truck's not upside down.
No.
Please don't say that.
Let's go.
Gilberto.
Okay. Well, unfortunate what's happened.
He's out. Now,
he's done.
We have got the list coming.
Oh, this is...
Now, a lot of people are excited about this, our producer not being one of them.
Well, that's all right.
But we're going to go for it. And we admit failure. I mean, this is basically just going into the fire. We know we're not going to make it out. But we want to do it. Top 5 greatest rock songs of all time.
All time.
And because I've got
Greg.
great teammates on a great show, these guys didn't want me to go get burnt up on myself. They're like, you know what? They're going to participate as well.
Of course.
No, there's 3 crosses. We're all going on
And
one.
we're gonna back it up with facts, with stats on why the situation is what it is with these top 5 songs. And then we're going to hear a little bit of it as well.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to do it where you hear the song the first few seconds first.
That's
kind
how
of back up the fact.
That's what I'm going to do.
That's what I'm going to do. Peter wants to build it up, and then you hear the song.
Build it up, Buttercup.
So the question I have before we go to break.
Is that the first song?
The question I have before I go to break. Michael would do his list, and like 3 would be Springsteen, the other 2 would be Billy. Yeah. Or maybe 3 Billy and 2
Well, it's not supposed to be the songs you like.
It's not. I told you. I love every song on my list.
An imprint.
But they're not necessarily what I put in my top 5.
Right.
Oh.
Same.
So, now, one question before we go to break. What's the order? Because it's my thing. Do I go first and you guys go? Do we build up to me because it's my thing?
Whatever you want.
Whoa. Anthony, as a producer.
Yes.
The list is Don's segment.
Yes.
Should he go first or last?
I feel like Don should go last.
Last. Have the final say.
Peter didn't seem like he liked it.
No, I just think Don should choose whatever he wants to do.
But I think that's the right
I
way
agree.
because it allows him to react.
So you cool with Peter, Allen, Don?
Sure.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go.
Which is the opposite of the name of the show. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, but we're going Rosenberg, Hahn, Don.
Yeah, and I'm in the middle as always.
What was that?
I don't know what happened, but you're
What
the
you just said was not it.
Yeah, no. But it's
you
all
went
right.
Rosenberg, Hadadal.
Hadadal.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it didn't sound like
We're going to need
Hadadal.
to hear that again.
You're going to hear it again.
Oh, we're going to hear it again, and we're going to hear Spike too. Hopefully during E&N.
Yo, that was a good drop.
That'll clear, right, Jacob?
What did he say?
Oh no, he talked about an organ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's big on the organ.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that might get to drop.
Come
madness.
Could go. You think a run?
I don't know about a run.
I don't know about a run, but I just
think
want to hear it in
qualify.
E&N.
It might qualify.
All right. One of the most.
You're nervous. You're sweating.
I'm sweating.
He's sweating. Everybody.
I'm sweating. This is big. We're putting ourselves out.
We
there.
really are. Right on the table, Don. Right on the table.
Come on, Peter. Join
Drop
us.
it.
Why was that? Never mind.
On ESPN New York.
March the 20th of 2026, there's one place to be. And that place is Pickleball Heaven. Pickleball Heaven. It's a pickleball facility, massive facility in Medford, New York. We're going to do the show there that day from 6 to 10. Then there's a tournament. And then after we win the tournament, Rick, we'll stay and watch some basketball with the people. Now, the worst part of all this is the name. Listen, I got to participate in Rickleball Madness. What do you want from me?
You're a teammate of Rickleball.
Yeah, right. You're part of the event. You're the co-headliner. If my name was Dave Pickleball, it would still be Rickleball Madness.
I think that's accurate.
I don't want this kind of pressure. I would prefer it be named after you.
No, you don't. You want all the shine.
No, I don't. Call whatever you want.
Dave's Pickleball Extravaganza.
Sorry, Dave. We're still calling it Rickleball Madness. And it's Friday, March 20th at Pickleball Heaven in Medford, New York. To sign up and register to play, go to the ESPN New York app and click on the Rickleball tile.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time, no waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as...
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Bundling your home and auto with Progressive could help you save without sacrificing quality. It's the smart thing to do. And as a hockey fan, you always know the smart thing to do.
Shoot the puck!
And you let the players know it.
Shoot the puck!
All game.
Shoot it! Come on, shoot!
And sometimes even after.
Man, rough game, huh? Yeah, they should have shot the puck.
So bundle your home and auto with Progressive. It's the smart thing to do. But you already knew that. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. No relief on the Grand Central eastbound in Queens. Still have this crash in the left lane right after the Clearview. Been out there for over an hour. Traffic is solid there from the LIE. Slow crawl on the belts eastbound in Brooklyn right after Erskine Street. A broken down car in the left lane hitting the brakes there from Ocean Parkway. Might want to avoid the east side of town. FDR southbound over by East 96. Big crash involving an overturned car. Only one lane is squeezing by. Traffic is jammed there and backed up onto the Harlem River Drive. Worst of it's the outbound George Cross Bronx westbound slam from the Bruckner through to underneath the apartments. Inbound George, not too bad for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln and Holland tunnels are only about 20 minutes each. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit MAD.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Can I take your coat?
Oh, you noticed. Yeah, I found it on eBay from a seller in Vegas. Pre-loved and perfect. She listed it and jackpot. Italian leather, classic trench silhouette. And did you see the braided buckle?
Hang on to your claim ticket.
Oh, I'll hang on to this forever. Have you been on eBay? There's so many finds. And I bet that diving watch would sell fast. Just saying.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
You just made the list, buddy.
This is The List with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
Well, the order is going to be reversed in the name of the show. It's going to be Rosenberg, Hahn,
how'd it go?
And Don. How did I say it?
How did it go?
Jacob, do we have that queued up?
He's been busy.
I made a mistake.
He's been very
Let's
busy.
play my mistake.
Oh, really?
What's that? You don't have to worry about it because I could see the panic in his eyes. He doesn't know.
Don't worry about
Who,
it.
me?
No, Jacob.
Oh,
Jacob.
no.
Jacob's
Well,
been
well, the thing
grinding.
is, you can't get anything wrong here, especially for mine where I'm setting up the songs first.
Now,
right?
again, we are not doing 5 through 1.
No.
These are just 5 songs. It's bad. It's tough enough to come up with 5.
Yep.
Now you want us to rank the 5? Like
Please.
Jacob came up to me. He's like, "What's your number 1?" It's like, we didn't go there.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get a consensus on
I'm
this
going
whole thing.
chronological. I think that's
you're
the-
going. You know what? That's what I'm going to do.
And what I'm thinking is the most recent song.
Okay.
To the oldest song is how I'm doing.
I'm
mine.
going to go oldest to newest.
Oldest to
Yeah,
newest.
so am I. So well, we're all great creators.
All right. So then, is that what we should do then?
All right. So
Well, I'm already doing
So
it.
Peter's up.
Jake, are
already
you
doing it.
able to switch that for me then? Go oldest to newest?
In the middle of doing this, yes.
Because I just think
Well,
it gives
just
it
flip
gives
the list. That's
it
all.
gives away. I think you want to build up
So
to
it's
the
not-
oldest.
okay.
like-
It's
like
flipped the
No,
list.
but
I got you.
I think it's what. Yes, but it's also whatever we feel
No,
builds it the best.
that's right. So, and in that vein, Peter is going to build up to where we hear the beginning of the song. Alan and I are going to start with the first few seconds of
Name
the song.
that tune.
We're going to get started here.
Not
and
on a Rosenberg, but we're going Rosenberg Hahn.
Hadna.
We're not even close. So you thought the funny thing is Don thought he was
What's
close.
a Rosenberg Hadna?
He thought he was close. It wasn't even. One more time.
Don Hahn and Rosenberg. Rosenberg Hahn.
Hadna.
Rosenberg
I knew
Hadna.
it wasn't perfect, but I thought it was a lot closer
Yeah,
than that.
I didn't know you went full Haagen-Dazs. All right, here we go. You can kill the list music
All right, let's
now.
go,
Let's
baby.
get
Yeah,
into
come
it.
on. We're talking about real music now.
Now, I have to say, I think I am in the least pressure-filled spot of all of us. No one thinks of me as a rock and roll guy. Now, while I may have a reputation as a music guy, no one thinks of me as a rock and roll guy.
You know your share of rock and roll.
I certainly do,
Right.
but I think the most pressure is heaped upon Don, and I'm happy to jump in here. And
You know what? I'm going to tell the social media world, tune the hell in right now.
you're damn right.
Get
They
to
should.
step
You know
in.
what? Let's go.
Yeah, you know what? You got to share. I got to share the old YouTube link as well while
that
we're
would
having
be
the
very-
conversation.
yeah, yeah,
Why don't you guys tweet that out while we're at it?
Tweet that.
So-
Go ahead, Peter. Don't mean to stop you.
So for me, guys, this is about. I look at this list as sort of like the Mount Rushmore. You know, like the original definition of the Mount Rushmore. It's like one's supposed to be foundational, one's about change. All of mine have a meaning to me. Are these the top 5 greatest? It's up for everybody to decide. But
So this is to you.
This is to me the songs that I believe define rock and roll in my eyes.
Okay.
But I can only go from my eyes, right? In my ears, my vantage. Now the first one is the foundational piece, right, Alan? You and I talked about this. You had to go foundational. Now, I could see Don having a problem with this song because when it comes to lyrics and meaning, this is not what that is. However, for a song to be pushing near 70 years old, and I would venture to say that children still know this song by the time they're, 12, 13 years old. And you think about the fact that this person is as important foundationally to the beginning of rock and roll music as anybody ever. I think that this song deserves a place on the list of greatest rock and roll songs of all time. Now, you're talking about a man who, in so many ways, defines the genre with both the way he took the music, the way he took his style, the way he used his voice, the way he did everything. And then from a legacy standpoint, we don't even know what the hell Tutti Frutti is about, but every child for the next 70 years knows the song Tutti Frutti.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I think it's important to represent the true foundation of rock and roll.
No, I understand where you're coming.
I like it.
So that's why I went with Little Richard. Obviously, I know Alan could have something similar but different on his list.
Yep.
But I thought the foundational stuff was truly, truly important.
Okay.
The next one is the one that I thought could be deemed as controversial.
Interesting.
Because I don't know.
Right
if this
out of
is,
the box.
I don't know if this is considered some sort of all-time great rock and roll song. But when I think rock and roll, one of the qualities I think of
is
defiance, is protest, is voice of a generation. This song, to me, is synonymous with all of those things, so much so that we could not count how many movies it's been used in. So much so that when you hear it, you can literally picture helicopters flying over Vietnam. That is what you hear when you hear this song. So to me, while I don't know if everyone will put this on the list, you hear this and you think, oh, that is a specific sound of protest, 1960s, early 70s rock and roll.
Very good. Very good.
Definitely a statement. Little CCR.
Very good.
Like it.
It's just, again, I don't know if that makes anyone's list, but man, that to me, it's so synonymous with what it's about.
It's very much an era piece.
Yeah, it's definitely.
It's definitive,
yes. Very much an era piece,
Now, interestingly, as a result of that, I ended up leaving off, some things that I really care about that also are from that era, but to me, that sound meant more.
Okay.
There were other groups that certainly are bigger and mean more.
There's a lot of similarities.
But this was the one to me
that's definitely a good one. Very good.
And this one we talked about quite a bit yesterday. Its level of impact was so gigantic, it completely reshaped the way rock and roll sounded as a genre. It crossed over every genre. If you played it in 2026 at a party for 25-year-olds listening to hip-hop, it would still work. It is that big. It is that crossover, and yet that true to its core.
Bass drum. Very good.
And you're very smart because I went slightly out of order and he picked up on it. That's very good work by Jacob. I'm 2 years out of order here, but
the only pushback I'd give, and because I've debated this song too, is I lived it. I was going to clubs. They were playing that in clubs. Like it was amazing what that song. Big. It was and Nirvana was unbelievably huge, and it started the whole grunge thing. But it ended up just being a thing.
But that's
like grunge. Listen, Pearl Jam's still around, but it didn't have the shelf life.
Grunge didn't. But also we'll never know because he was gone.
It was cultural though.
Yeah, but I think you could, even though I wouldn't call them grunge, Foo Fighters were able to pick up and become a super group and everything.
But he was part of the
and
group.
Pearl Jam is amazing, and like Soundgarden, we lost Chris Cornell.
But you could argue the opposite.
We lost
that it even speaks to how big the song is, that the genre didn't last.
No, it was monstrous.
But
I can't kill it.
I went slightly out of order.
Okay.
This one was this is the one that I guess would be the most controversial because certainly not an all-time great group. This is definitely personal preference. Goes back to the rebellion feel that is the music, talking about things that go beyond just a basic thing. This is deeper than that. And this hit me as a kid in such a big way. It's still massive, and as a wrestling fan, it's remained gigantically massive. To me, I know the group may surprise people. This is an absolute all-timer. You say, what does rock and roll sound like? To me, from my vantage, it sounds like this. Yeah. You can't describe how big the song was.
Yeah.
I hate that we can only play them for 10 seconds.
And their lead singer was in Platoon.
The movie Platoon?
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either.
Before he was in Living Color.
That's
he was
really
in the movie
good.
Wow.
Platoon.
That's really good.
And I believe Vernon
Glover,
Reed.
what's his first
Yeah. What's first name?
I have to look it up.
Yeah.
But Vernon Reed, I believe, is from Brooklyn, still lives here, I believe. All right.
I love that because you took a chance and it's not crazy.
But it's but everyone when you hear it, you love that song.
There's no one that will argue with you that
it's not great.
That's way off.
And lastly, guys, we talked about eras.
Yeah.
And I truly believe that when you think
Corey
Glover. When you think of groups, perhaps one of the last great rock bands, and a song that will live on for well beyond what the timeline of the group was, and maybe last forever. And when you can't go 3 days without hearing it, it would be this. And I'm just a fan of their entire body of work. I mean, I love Jack White as a guy in general, love his music, but the actual White Stripes run, to me, phenomenal albums.
Worldwide.
And that song is...
That's a worldwide song.
And it's parties, it's sporting events, it's everything. It's a forever song.
Yeah. No, it's
so
on,
there you go.
It's on your Beast Mode playlist. Like, it's all that kind of
stuff.
stuff.
I went Tutti Frutti, Little Richard. I went Fortunate Son, Creedence, Cult of Personality, Living Color, Smells Like Teen Spirit, Nirvana, and Seven Nation Army, The White Stripes.
It's a good list.
Thank you.
Very, very good list.
Thank you.
Very good list. Very, very thoughtful list.
And then
he's talking. You want us to hear you?
Well,
go ahead.
Because I'm going in order, but I have same years, so I'm trying to get the order going, but Alan's next.
Okay,
so.
all right.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, no, please.
I'm
okay.
going to need your full attention.
Yeah, he needs you.
If you need
Well,
to
that's
work
what I'm
out,
saying.
3-2 Sweden, by the way.
You want to work out some? Well, they only have 41 shots. If you want to work something out, work it out. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, I got.
You good?
I think you know what to do.
All right. Well, we're going to do it the opposite. We're going to play the beginning, and then I'll tell you why. Here's the first song. It tells a story of a rags to riches rock star, right? That's rock and roll. The story is, the sound is, all that stuff. This is what Elvis used as his launch point. A sound like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is, to me, the original sound of rock and roll. Yeah. What everything else grew from. Like, they have the coaching tree. This is the coaching tree of rock.
No, it is. It is.
Right? That song.
Well,
I
only went Tutti Frutti to go different from you because I knew you were going Johnny B. Good.
We're in the same.
Yeah,
you and I went
Little Richard. You went Chuck Berry.
Yeah, but you can't go wrong either way.
I can't.
By the way, did you know this song never went number one?
Really,
it
crazy,
maxed out at 8. Yet it stands the test of time as one of the all-time greats.
It did just. You know what?
The shows
what
you don't
I
have to win a
struggle
championship to be an all-time great.
What I struggle with the old-time stuff is it did, to me at least, it did seem to hit a wall. Like, I don't know if today that music is as appreciated as it should be because so much has happened since then.
You're going to tell me that if you had, let's use the White Stripes, covered this song in a concert, they're not, the house isn't coming down.
But they haven't because I think that's part of it.
This has been covered all over the
but
place.
not
and it's a
recent.
very famous scene in a very famous movie that Peter loves. So
that did help make it. And just for the record,
it's also a movie.
And in that performance, Michael J. Fox made a point to do like Peter Townsend, to do the duck walk, to do like different homages to different eras of rock.
But this gets into every conversation about like film or even sports. If you didn't have this, you can't have that.
Well, that's why I said this is the tree.
Tutti Frutti was 57, by the way. Johnny B. Good's 58.
Right. It's same time. But I felt like that song, though, had, like Tutti Frutti was about whatever. Johnny B. Good is every rock song.
Yeah.
It's the rags to riches song and all that stuff. All right. This is next up, and this, of course, is right in my wheelhouse. No. All right, we're out of order, but we'll stick with it. Stick with it.
Okay.
Stick with it. As you know that song, as Purple Haze, Jimi Hendrix, 1967.
Of course.
I personally,
that's the song. If you're going to use Jimi Hendrix, that's the song.
That's the song you could use. Now, I personally, which is what I thought you might have been going to, my personal favorite Jimi Hendrix is All Along the Watchtower, which is also a very Vietnam.
You could have done that.
That's a very
not his song though. That hurt. Does that hurt?
Yeah, that's but it's like for me, like that song also had like, but Purple Haze is that grungy sound, guitar sound, the studio edgy guitar that also did change music.
Everything.
It was incredibly influential. And by the way, as the story goes, that wasn't a psychedelic drug-influenced song. He read a science fiction novel, and it inspired him writing that song. And in fact, Purple Haze is a phrase that was used in literature, including Charles Dickens' Great Expectations.
Wow.
So I did not know that in the history of that song.
Nope.
But Purple Haze, to me, was very influential. Next up. Okay, now you missed one. But we're going to stick with this. You definitely missed one, but that is Immigrant Song. Led Zeppelin, 1970. I know.
Probably one of my favorite Zeppelin songs.
I know. Everybody says Stairway. I get it. I listen to Stairway coming in just to remind myself it is a banger. It's a great song. But Immigrant Song, again, I just think that inspired like the heavy metal genre, right? The riffs by Jimmy Page in this thing.
Big tune.
Like it's just.
You guys are putting Jacob in a tough spot.
I know.
I'm just telling you.
But it's fine.
Yeah,
I'm not
it's all
criticizing him.
It's all good. It's all good, baby.
But I also love the storytelling. We come from the land of the ice and snow, right? Let's take a whole.
It's a metal song.
Male bravado, plundering type of storytelling that you heard in Iron Maiden and Metallica and all the bands that came after the fact.
Nobody has seen this movie. It's a documentary from late 90s, early 2000s.
It's Leap of Faith with Steve Martin.
Called One Day in September, about the Israelis that were killed in the 72 Olympics.
Yes.
And Michael Douglas narrates it. and they talk about after the hostages were kidnapped, the Olympics continued. So they build it up, and then they show that, and callously they continue. They start showing highlights of the Olympics that were going on as the hostages were captured. They played the immigrant song, and it's like it was so powerful. It's such a powerful song. It really is amazing. So you went there with Zeb. Didn't go Stairway.
That's a surprise.
Didn't go Stairway.
I didn't want to do Stairway.
Stairway denied.
Interesting.
Stairway denied. And Stairway is a classic all-timer, but I feel like the sound of Immigrant Song and the aggressiveness of it did inspire, again, just the next generation of hard rock bands. All right, now we have this one. The backbeat, right? I Want to Hold Your Hand, 1963. This went number 1, January 64. And this song launched the British invasion, which changed music in America forever.
As we know it.
We got to have a Beatles song.
Now, do you know the story behind this whole thing, the impact it had? So Walter Cronkite wanted to have some positive news for a change because, John F. Kennedy was killed. There was a lot of bad things happening in the world. And so Walter Cronkite on CBS had done a feature in the UK about Beatlemania. And he's like, we need to run a positive story. And so some point in December of 63, he's like, let's run this again. And so they ran it. And a girl in Washington, D.C., teenage girl, saw it, called the local radio station, WWDC, and said, why don't we play music like this in America? And requested the song. They played it. Phones rang off the hook. They couldn't sell enough records. Went to number 1 in a blink. And so the rest is history. The British invasion started there. If not for that song, is there a Rolling Stones? Is there anybody else after that, if not for this song?
Would any of them come over
moment? And maybe if it was not for Walter Cronkite.
No, that's a pretty. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you sell.
Yeah. And last but not least.
That was nicely done.
Peter and I on the same page.
All right. That's the first repeat.
Yeah. We're on the same page here. And now, look, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame included this on its list of songs that shaped rock and roll.
There you go. How could you not?
I mean, how could you not be a top 5 all-time rock song if you are not considered one of the songs that shaped rock and roll? And just a quick side note, and then I'm done. You know where the title came from? Smells Like Teen Spirit?
I don't remember. I've heard it.
Kurt Cobain had a friend, a girl, who once said, Kurt smells like Teen Spirit. Because at the time in the late 80s, early 90s, there was a spray perfume that teenage girls had called Teen Spirit. And it was suggesting that Kurt was with a girl.
I never knew this either.
So, Kurt, you smell like Teen Spirit. And so he thought it sounded like pretty rebellious. Like, yeah, Teen Spirit.
Right.
And so they turned it into a song. Done.
Very good. You know what?
Strong.
I'm not mad at either of these lists at all. We'll see how the audience feels after I give you mine.
Here we go.
So we're going to go in the chronological order.
That too.
Oldest to newest. All right. You guys know how I feel about this band. We talked about this. I think you were off when after you had the baby last summer, and Alan and I talked about this band. Probably right there with the Eagles, the greatest American band of all time. To me, this is their best song off of one of the greatest produced albums of all time.
Yep.
Thought about it.
This was on my honorable mentions. How could it not be?
God Only Knows, 1966. Paul McCartney said it's his favorite song. And it's very strange for it to chart. Songs that had God in it never did well. Really? Like bands would not ever sing and put God in the because they thought it was like too controversial.
Interesting.
But they did it, and it didn't stop them. I think one of the greatest American bands of all time, and I've got God Only Knows as on my list. Taylor Swift covered it. Olivia Newton-John, Michael Stipe. It has been covered a bunch of times, and as I said, it got the seal of approval from a Beatle. God Only Knows on the list from 1966. You got to get the Beatles on, right? Mm-hmm. And to me, in a similar fashion, you've got to go with an album that was very influential. And it's a song that I think is their best song, their best written song, their best performed song.
Really?
This gets broken down in colleges.
This is an epic.
Day in a Life, 1967, off of Sgt. Pepper.
Very influential song. Yes.
So that, to me, if I'm going to go Beatles, I got to go with, I think, is there, because the thing, you're right about the influence of their first stuff, but it's very bubblegum.
Oh, no.
Their stuff early is very bubblegum. Then when they matured into what they were, it all came from Sgt. Pepper and onward.
Just understand the backbeat, the sound, all that stuff, that changed everything. Do you know that I considered a later version also, and I know this probably wouldn't be an influential song, but I thought one of their best songs, and it's not only them, they had a special guest perform in that song, While My Guitar Gently Weeps.
Yeah, I thought about it. People would freak out that you have a George song, but I was thinking, like, my favorite Beatles song is Something.
Yeah.
Like, George is so underrated.
So I ended up, well, we can discuss this more. I don't want to interrupt your list, but we can discuss it more. But I ended up opting against you have to have the Beatles on the list, even though I was very close to feeling that way. And it was, for me, it was going to be Day Tripper. I decided not to include them on the list, but we can get into that after.
Okay.
All right. Now I've got
this is number 3.
This is number 3. It has been covered by everyone. All right. Johnny Cash covered this song. All right. Aretha Franklin covered this song. Elvis Presley covered this song. Jerry Reed covered this song. Art Sing It. I think it's their biggest song, Simon and Garfunkel. I know it's folksy and all that, but everybody knows. Like I said, look at all the different artists that have covered it.
Well, so far, Don's list has 3 songs that people could hear and not think any of them are rock and roll.
Right.
That's the interesting part.
That's what's
But we'll save that. That's the conversation for post list.
Yep.
But 3 monster songs.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Monster song.
Monsters.
Number 4, we toyed about it. You're going to kill me again for thinking it's not rock and roll. But if you guys are going to go to the 50s and talk about how influential those bands were back then, then why not a song that talks about 3 of those acts dying in a plane crash? There was a documentary done about this song.
Folk influence in Don's list.
This list is shocking.
Wow.
Well, if you...
And no Dylan.
Or is there, Jacob?
I think there is.
This has been covered many times.
I looked it up today.
Really good.
It has been covered over 150 times. The Grateful Dead, Guns N' Roses, Eric Clapton, Tracy Chapman, Roger Waters, Knocking on Heaven's Door. To me, the greatest, because I don't care. A garage band can make that song sound good. But look, you know how I feel about Guns N' Roses. They do an amazing job. I have no love at all for the Grateful Dead. They kill it because you can't not kill it. That's how good a song it is.
Great point.
So I've always said to myself, that's what makes it a great song, because it's been covered every generation and it's still very, very relevant.
Wow.
Made for a country and western movie, 1973. So my list is basically from 66 to 73, but to me, that is the most influential time of rock and roll.
Wow.
There were wars to sing about. People were actually putting their life and soul into the music. There was always hidden meanings behind all of the music. That's when I believe that rock and roll clearly turned out of the whole, kind of bubblegum era and went into a really meaningful time, clearly influenced by Vietnam, clearly influenced by what was going on in the country at the time. So there is
strong
my top 5. A little folksy, I get it, but
yeah, I think it's going to be filled with controversy.
Well, I didn't see any of that coming. No War Pigs.
Hey, listen, again, these are not necessarily my top 5 songs.
I get
You know how I feel about Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
I get a Rage Against the Machine, Killing in the Name of, one of my favorite songs of all time. I'm just talking about from a historical standpoint.
I get it.
These are my 5.
I had some on that fell off my list. Like a Rolling Stone would have been my Dylan, but I love the choice you made. Hotel California.
I had Hotel California as a possibility.
I thought Peter was going to go here too, but he didn't. American Idiot. I think that song by Green Day
great record.
brought back punk, brought back that sound, and is a very rebellious song. So those sort of where I was kicking around as well. But
I scratched off Stairway to Heaven. I scratched off Hotel California.
Yeah, Hotel California. I couldn't do Stairway.
Hey, you know what I even toyed with?
I love that song.
I toyed with it.
What?
Because I wanted to do something. If I was going to do modern, again, it's 40 years ago. I kicked around Thriller.
Thriller?
Yeah.
Thriller.
I mean, it's a huge song. But when do you want to?
Probably the biggest video at the time. But
definitely the biggest video of all time. But like, who wants to listen to Thriller? Like, Thriller's not regular listening either. I don't know. It's interesting.
We have a poll up on YouTube. Interesting early returns.
Well, listen, I'm sure I'm going to get it. We're all going to get eviscerated because everybody's got. But all I'll say is this: you got to leave your personal taste out of it.
Yeah.
It's hard to do, but you got to sometimes just think outside the box of the influence. And listen, I know a lot of these songs, especially mine, were way before anybody was born. Heck, there are 2 on the list before I was born. But maybe that's part of what makes it so special is that it could still hit even though you weren't alive for it. But I'm proud of all of it. I can't honestly say there's one song that I was like, that's ridiculous.
Has no place.
What a joke.
Out of the 14 songs.
14, because there was one repeat with Smells Like Teen Spirit.
I think the only difference is I went more visceral and literal with what I picture the sound of rock and roll to be.
I was thinking the same thing.
But Don's is accurate. Everything that he chose is included in rock and roll. The question is, though, when you go there, we also maybe could have included Run DMC. There's a lot of things you can start to include when you open the door.
The rules are
what is the Beastie Boys.
There are no rules.
Right.
Beastie Boys.
All right. Your reaction to this? We've got Aaron Boone sound. We got Phil Simms sound. We got 2 more hours to go. Don Anna Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
You want to know why betting the Winter Games on FanDuel makes so much sense? Because from game lines to medal counts to finding your angle on the events you care about most, FanDuel gives you more ways to stay connected to the action. I played the Olympics for the U.S. men's hockey team, so you know I'm going to be dialed into all of their games. And if you want to get into the action with the hockey, a curling match that started slow and somehow got really tense really fast, or maybe there's a speed skating race that will be decided by inches that you want to get involved with. You can check it all out and so much more on FanDuel, because from game lines to medal counts to finding your angle on the events you care about most, FanDuel gives you more ways to stay connected to the action. The Winter Games are on, and there's no better way to follow them than with a bet on FanDuel. Check out FanDuel and play your game. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
It's crazy to see how much everyone's changed at these reunions.
Did you see Brian? He's in better shape than he was 25 years ago. How is that even possible?
Yes, he told Tim he started taking Nugenix Total T2.
The testosterone booster?
Yeah, but he said it's way more than that. It also skyrockets nitric oxide in as little as 3 hours. Tim started taking it right away, and trust me, I've already noticed results.
Wow, I might just have to go catch up with Brian.
After 40, energy, strength, drive, it all starts going downhill. Feel like your old self again with Total T2. Stronger, leaner, and more energized. Just text ORDER to 369-369 for your complimentary bottle of new Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone and nitric oxide booster. Text now and you'll also get a free bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator. That's ORDER to 369-369. ORDER to 369-369.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. Product not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
March the 20th of 2026, there's one place to be. And that place is Pickleball Heaven. Pickleball Heaven. It's a pickleball facility, massive facility, in Medford, New York. We're going to do the show there that day from 6 to 10. Then there's a tournament. And then after we win the tournament, Rick, we'll stay and watch some basketball with the people. Now, the worst part of all this is the name. Listen, I got to participate in Pickleball Madness. What do you want from me?
You're a teammate of Rick Waldo.
Yeah, right. You're part of the event. You're the co-headliner.
If my name was Dave Pickleball, it would still be Rickleball Madness.
I think that's accurate.
I don't want this kind of pressure. I would prefer it be named after you.
No, you don't. You want all the shine.
No, I don't. Call whatever you want.
Dave's Pickleball Extravaganza.
Sorry, Dave. We're still calling it Rickleball Madness. And it's Friday, March 20th at Pickleball Heaven in Medford, New York. To sign up and register to play, go to the ESPN New York app and click on the Rickleball tile.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. Not an easy ride heading over to the outbound, George. They're picking up some late-running roadwork on the upper deck closer to the Jersey side. All of your approaches are jammed aside from the West Side Highway and Henry Hudson. Cross Bronx westbound at a standstill from the Bruckner on through. Deegan northbound packed heading over to the Cross Bronx. Delays go back across the Triborough and up onto the Bruckner. Outbound Lincoln already about 20 to 30 minutes. Outbound Holland 30+. Finally picked up that crash on the Grand Central eastbound in Queens right after the Clearview. Damage is done. You're still hitting the brakes there from Jewel Avenue. No relief on the eastbound belt in Brooklyn right after Erskine Street. A broken down car in the left lane. Not moving much there from Coney Island Avenue. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit MAD.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Progressive knows sports brings people together, but you gotta feel bad for people who don't even get it. Some people will never know what it's like to see their favorite team's hopes decided by a ping pong ball to draft the next superstar. Or not. I mean, sure, it's silly for your happiness to hinge on the success of a 20-year-old entry-level employee, but you just can't help yourself. The stress is exhilarating. Progressive can't bring people together like the draft, but we can bring your home and auto insurance together with a bundle. So switch and see if you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Jeff's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination, where Sammy, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge. And Sammy does that for free too. In no time at all, Jeff is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
If you're tired of hearing scary ads about the IRS, Tax Relief Advocates wants you to know you don't have to be afraid. No matter what challenging life situation you're facing while owing 10 or even hundreds of thousands in back taxes to the IRS, we have a solution. TRA has already negotiated over $1.5 billion in taxes owed by over 180,000 struggling taxpayers since 2017, earning over 1,000 five-star Google reviews and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Generous tax debt forgiveness programs are currently available that can end your tax nightmare and may reduce or eliminate what you owe the IRS. If you're facing collections or an audit, don't lose hope. Act now to check what tax relief you may qualify for. Simply visit TRA.com or call 800-583-4890. 800-583-4890. Again, that's 800-583-4890. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Was that for our pinhead suit Don went through? Little Dion. Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, fellas.
I was going to try the doo-wop Tully time.
It's Tully time. All right. The Knickerbockers facing the Sixers in Philly. Our coverage immediately following us at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. Nets host the Pacers at 7:30.
7:30.
Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab it at Tullamore Dew and try the new Tullamore Dew. Honey, honey, honey. During tonight's action, glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly.
Don, today was your Today was your 500th kickboxing class?
Yes. That was so nice. I wanted.
I'm both impressed and I can't believe that much time has gone.
Yeah, it's crazy. It'll be 3
That's
years
insane.
in May. So I did it under 3 years. And thanks to Kimball, I come in and my spot in the gym at New Journey, he's got 3 balloons, one with a 5 and the 2 zeros, 500.
Wow.
He got me a bedazzled Met tumbler. as a
Bedazzled
gift.
tumbler.
Bedazzled tumbler, like you dream
Kimball
about.
really and the thing that makes me emotional about it is when I first walked into, then it was CKO,
right,
and now it's New Journey. Is he had a shirt that said 500 classes, and I'm thinking to myself, imagine getting to 500 classes.
And look at you now.
And now I got to 500
Look at
classes
you now.
today. But that was nice of Kimball to do that.
Kimball. I forgot about that.
You got to meet him at the Beach Bash, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's a tremendous human being. So
By the way, just backing
thanks.
up-
Shout out to Kimball today.
Backing up the Smells Like Teen Spirit story, our friend of the show, Ned Hayden, who was a great rocker back in his day, said Ad Rock's wife, Kathleen Hanna, was in a band called Bikini Kill.
Okay.
She came up with Smells Like Teen Spirit. He's like, it was a deodorant.
It was deodorant.
Yeah. Well, it was, again, body spray.
Close enough.
Whatever. But
Yeah.
still, it was called Teen Spirit.
Now, I don't want to cause any problems.
Sure, why not?
Love it.
I was just in the hallway. John Winthrop was eviscerating Don's list.
Well,
eviscerating?
Eviscerate.
I have no respect for his music.
And that's what he said. I said, you should come on the air. And he said, but Don has no respect
None,
for my music
zero.
taste.
Zero.
But it was a pure evisceration.
No, he
Full evisceration.
Hey, listen, I will say
it would
this.
be like being berated by a child.
I will say this.
You just walk away.
The list it still is shocking. Not in terms of the greatness of the songs, but like, I don't even consider, I know it sounds crazy, like, I don't know. I barely consider Pet Sounds a rock and roll album. Like,
it
was influential.
No. It's one of my favorite albums of all time.
Well, I'm saying-
but I'm saying God only knows to me. I don't even associate that with rock and roll.
But you don't think it sounds like rock?
No.
Well,
right. That I understand.
Okay, but
I
it's
was
rock and roll.
surprised.
It is. It's just Don took a very broad. You took the culture. You almost could have replaced the word rock and roll on Don's list with pop music. In popular, like how different would the list have been if he had said popular music? I would argue it was the same list for Don. For me, mine was distinctly different than what my popular music
Knocking
list.
on Heaven's Door wasn't exactly popular.
But you know what I'm saying. But you know what I'm saying, though.
Yes.
What?
You guys both got distracted because Anthony's jumping up and down.
I started hearing screaming in the other room.
The Italian goalie, and it's not DiPietro, made an unreal save on a breakaway.
I mean, well, no question about it. But we're talking about the list, for God's sake.
Right, we are talking about the list.
fully engaged
on a sports show.
All right, let's hear it.
Why should we
I didn't interrupt.
sports? We heard you through the
Yeah.
glass.
That's not my fault.
Yeah.
No, it's
With
a
respect,
lot of problems.
with respect to Olympic hockey, I think both have an equal place on this show. It's not even the U.S.
All right,
flag.
let's
we
hear-
got
let-
reactions to this?
we got reactions.
let's
And
go.
let's start with Nick in Emerson. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Nick?
Good afternoon, boys.
What's up?
I very much, I was really looking forward to that list all day. I can't lie, and I find myself a little disappointed for a couple reasons. Now, I don't know if you could tell, I'm a younger male. I'm 33 years old. Well, I'll be 33 next month. But my parents grew me up on classic rock, so I feel like I can formulate a decent opinion.
Yeah.
Okay.
The fact that there was only one Led Zeppelin song, Alan, kudos.
Was it
blows
the
my
right
mind.
song?
And
Was
the
it the
fact
right
that you-
song, though? Immigrant Song was
Well,
the right song.
I toyed with Stairway, but I felt like there's an equal amount of people that are tired of it as much as it always ends up number one. But I hear you.
Fair. I'm glad you said that, Don, because Alan, Immigrant Song's phenomenal, but the best Led Zeppelin song is Kashmir. Between the vocals and the instrumentals, the guitar and the drums going the way they do.
Yep.
To me, it's second to none.
Yep.
Anyway,
Yep.
but
That's
I'm not going to get on you about that. Whatever. How does nobody have? And Don, I'm pretty sure it's probably not your style. Peter, I'm a little surprised maybe didn't have this. Bohemian Rhapsody, not only maybe the most popular song of all time, but the way it resonated through generations. And Peter, I believe you said, I forget which song, that to this day, no matter how old you are, that song still resonates. Bohemian Rhapsody to this
So
day.
my issue with
me and my
Bohemian
friends will
Rhapsody, though,
belt in a bar.
I hear you. We talked about this yesterday. Now, again, maybe on Don's list it would have made more sense. In my opinion, if I was talking popular music, I'd have a conversation about Bohemian Rhapsody. It just doesn't scream rock and roll.
Well, here's also
it's
another
too operatic. It's something
right,
else.
And I'll defend you with this one. It had to be brought back to life in a movie 15 years after it was released to then make you go, oh wait, that's pretty good.
See, that's where I went.
Interesting.
I thought about putting it on my list.
Thought about it.
But it really was it was a song that it was a perfect storm. Like, it did very well when it came out.
Yeah.
And then it died.
Yeah.
And then it was resurrected. Well, two reasons. One, Wayne's World, and then when Freddie passed away. And then and now it's taken on a life of its own. It certainly belongs in the conversation. If I were to go Queen, though, I might go with We Are the Champions. Just how
That
it
could
is
fit.
used all over the world anytime somebody wins a championship. But that's why we do these lists. They're so debatable. AJ in Michigan, you're on ESPN New York. What's up, AJ?
Gentlemen, as always, love the show, and I really, really enjoy that you guys are like diving into the music conversations and stuff like that, because I'm not going to say Michael K would be talking about spring training right now, but it wouldn't be the same. But Don, I do have a question for you, because yesterday, prefaced by, I was very much looking forward to this list, and I think your music taste definitely wasn't what I expected. But as someone who is relatively younger, I was introduced to rock as more of like the arena rock, if you will, the Pearl Jam, Van Halen, Guns N' Roses, Bon Jovi era and stuff like that. So I can understand you not necessarily putting them as like top fives, if you will. But you expressed a little bit of displeasure with that era in the past and everything. And I was just kind of wondering as to why that was the case, especially with
because I feel like, and you know how much I love metal, I just don't think metal resonates across the board to everyone the way it resonates with me. Now, that's why I just think that as much as I love metal, a lot of people don't, right? Didn't get airplay. MTV hardly ever played. The first ever metal song to hit the top 40 was Mental Health by
Quiet Riot.
Quiet Riot. Like, it took a while for people to really recognize the genre. So
Headbangers Ball was like a separate show.
I think people are missing it, but the fact that people missed it tells you about it. My feeling is, I believe once we hit the 80s, music to me lacked a lot of substance.
Yes.
And it felt like it was more about kind of the wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, how you
Commercial
looked.
sound.
Once MTV came, it was more like how I looked. What's the video going to be like? The songs lack substance. That's why it's like the stripper music. It's all about the hot girls, put them in the video. Not that those songs aren't great.
Whitesnake.
But to me, they don't have the same relevance to me. That's why I kick it more old school. Van Halen was my favorite band growing up. I love Van Halen, right? And they have a bunch of really good songs that I could think about putting on that list.
Well,
but to me, they started to lack substance as they got older, and it got corny to me. And I think I wanted more substance in my list. And I think once we hit, when MTV came in 81, I think a lot of music lacked substance.
Video killed the radio star. I put a lot of time into this, as you know, Don, and I tried. I wanted an 80s song. Bad. I just couldn't do it. Because in the end, heavy metal, all that stuff, what is the impact of the song? Never mind the popularity of it. Did it have an impact that just everyone is drawn to it? And the closest I could come was Master of Puppets. There was a lot of copycat off Master of Puppets for years.
In the metal.
But in that world.
Yeah,
in
that world.
And I think that people need to understand, this is not a list of our favorite songs. This was a list of songs that, through research, we found to be the most influential for whatever reasons that we consider. And none of us are wrong.
Well, the audience thinks that we are.
I love it.
At least for the most part. We'll see. Steve in New Fairfield, you're on ESPN New York. What's up, Steve?
Hey, boys, I give you effort, man. I mean, you gave a lot of thought to it, and that's a colossal undertaking.
Yeah, we knew we were going to fail going in. And so I'm not going to get mad at any of the criticism because there's no way to be right. There's no way to win this.
This was a suicide mission we were willing to do.
Great way to put it. It was a suicide mission. Go ahead,
There was
Steve.
3 songs that I wondered if you gave consideration to. You guys just brought up the one. I don't think Bohemian Rhapsody was brought back by a movie. I think they kind of cheapened it, just like the stupid drug commercials that they use every popular song you love. And they hate the song.
Great call. Great call.
But Bohemian Rhapsody, just the uniqueness of it. I mean, that's got to be top 5, top 10. I'm not ripping you guys.
No, listen. If we went to 10, I'd have it on there for sure. But 5 is it's like I said, it's a colossal undertaking for sure.
And the other 2, one, the band I love, and it's probably one of my least favorite songs of them, but it is them, and they're too huge that they have to be represented, is Satisfaction. I don't love the tires and you know. Yeah, I mean, not my favorite song. I thought that, if you considered that. And thirdly, this kind of falls parallel a little bit to me with Stairway. Just a monster classic is Freebird. I don't know if I was.
I had Freebird on my list.
Listen, you go Freebird, Bob O'Reilly from The Who. Like I said, Hotel California. There was it's really hard to do. I'm not looking for a pat on the back. I'm just saying that there's a lot of people that wouldn't bother doing this because they know you're just going to get ridiculed.
No, you should see the cross-outs. Like I have the paper I have in my office. There's so many cross-outs of all the band that I just because I played the Who You Taken Out, and so there's some good songs.
Now, does anyone have all the songs? Do you guys know yours by heart? We should probably also reset these for people who are tuning in because there are people joining the conversation who missed us playing the actual songs.
I believe it's on social.
Did we?
It's all over social media.
No, we did. We put up the full list on social media. You sure about that?
I don't see it yet, but I know that because Jake was working.
So I got a thumbs up from Anthony.
That it's up. All right. Well, mine was Tutti Frutti by Little Richard, Fortunate Son by Creedence Clearwater Revival. It was Cult of Personality by Living Colour, Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana, and Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes.
Mine was Johnny Be Good, Purple Haze, Immigrant Song, I Want to Hold Your Hand, and Smells Like Teen Spirit.
And I got God Only Knows, Day in the Life, Bridge Over Troubled Water, American Pie, and Knocking on Heaven's Door from Bob Dylan.
I listen. I'm not going to go where our John Winthrop went and eviscerate Don's list. I think they're great songs.
What was his?
Every time he says them, though, it is like you just hear the songs, and I was like, none of them hit. I mean, let me say this. Let me put it this way. You said we all were going to fail doing this, but I think you failed the worst of the three of us. This is. I think the world may not recover from this list. This is like.
How could you?
Because they're great songs, but they just don't feel like rock and roll.
Well,
and you're the
they
rock
are
and roll
guy. But they're under
they're
rock and roll.
They are. But like
if you Google greatest rock and roll songs of all time, you'll find these songs on the list. I did not break from any kind of tradition. These are rock and roll songs. To get all of these songs, when you think of the classic rock stations growing up here in New York, whether it was WNEW. Q104, which still plays, classic rock. All these songs get played on those stations.
But multiple of the artists could be classified in another genre.
Apparently, these kids there really like the rock and roll.
But like Simon and Garfunkel,
it is up on Instagram.
It is up now. Thank you guys. Simon and Garfunkel rubs up against folk.
But what do they call it? Folk rock.
And
it's pop rock. It's all divisions of rock and roll. I mean, I didn't include a country and western song. Like if I had thrown a George Jones song on there, you could say that's not rock and roll.
I guess here's what it is. And yours may be
no punk there either.
Yours may be maybe yours is more thoughtful. I feel on my list when you play each song, within the first 3 seconds of each one, some part of you goes, that's rock and roll. And whereas your entire list, I don't know if any of them in the first 3 seconds make you go, that's rock and roll. But they may fall into the genre, but they don't connote.
I think
they're all classic rock songs.
Bridge Over
Bridge Over Trouble.
I don't think of that as classic rock. I just don't. I mean,
that song gets played. That song is. But you could go. I don't know. Like if I went a really soft rock song, if I played trying to think of something that would have been just, no, you can't play that.
It's not flat.
Tony Orlando and Dawn or something like that.
No.
That falls into rock and roll too. It's just it's not. You know what I mean?
Listen, you know what I think? The bottom line is this. I think I had the best list. And I think most of the people are too gutless to tell the truth. Because to say that I had the best rock list would make a lot of the people out there sick to their stomach. So they can't say it.
But everybody's going to say that their list is the best. Otherwise, it wouldn't be their list.
Well, that's exactly right. But in this case, I've been cheating.
But I do believe, and the one thing I'm proud of all of us, because I know those aren't necessarily songs that you have your top 5 songs of all time.
Well, no, but I stuck pretty close to songs that I really love, except Tutti Frutti. I don't go around listening to Tutti Frutti, but I was trying to find something that I thought encapsulated the moment.
But I'll tell you what, I had Johnny Be Good bumping this morning, and I was like, when you put it up high enough.
Oh, no, Johnny Be Good is a great record.
It actually sounded really good.
It's a better song than Tutti Frutti.
But
Tutti Frutti is a year early.
I'm really curious to see how many people are on board or jumping off.
So far, not a ton on
board.
John
Lennon calls him. He's on ESPN. Hi, John. You all right? What is this, Richard?
Yeah.
What's up, buddy?
Are you talking to John in New York? You got me on the line?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, baby.
I'm sorry, man. I'm just getting home from work, opening up my garage, trying to pull in here. Hey, listen, all these people complaining to you guys about, this is a sports show. Shut up.
Yeah, I'm not even worried about that.
That's right.
I know you're not. I love it. It's great. There's not a lot of great sports going on here. You guys live in New York. I know you love to talk about the Knicks and everything. Whatever. Listen, you guys' lists are great, very eclectic, very all around the place. Alan, did you have Jimi Hendrix?
Yes, Purple Haze.
Yeah, Purple Haze, great song. A lot of great songs from Jimmy. Listen to Voodoo Child.
Yep.
Voodoo Child has one of the greatest openings to a song probably in the history of music. I mean, if you just listen to the way that comes in with this single, and then it just smashes in. It's like it like crashes in. Yeah, re-listen to that, and then when they come in with the whole band just comes smashing in on it. That is one of the greatest, I think, openings.
I couldn't put it on the list because not a lot of people know it. My favorite Hendrix songs, If 6 Was 9. Have you ever heard that song?
That's a great song.
That song.
Oh, my God.
And for people that Peter will know, when I mention it to him, it's featured in.
Turn out to be 9. I don't mind.
Yeah, you find the beginning of that, Jacob, because it so rocks. What was the surfing movie with? There we go. Listen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's my favorite Hendrix song.
Yeah, no.
Have you ever heard this one,
You know
Peter?
what? You got me. I
don't know.
I can't disagree with that.
Yeah.
Sorry for the YouTubers out there.
But I'm telling you, that's why I had to put Hendrix on my list. And
that's a great call.
Again, like I said, All on the Watchtower to me is that's my favorite Hendrix. But Purple Haze, the sound and the story,
Foxy Lady, those are the
Foxy
ones.
Lady's a good one. But it just that changed. You could see that was the time everything turned and people started using the guitar in a different way. And starting to use it more with a studio, production to make it sound different, edgier. Mm-hmm. That's why I felt like it was influential. This is so fun.
Something interesting about the Yankees coming up.
Really?
Because a former Yankee had something to say.
This is bad.
That your knee-jerk reaction is going to be mad, but is he wrong?
Yeah.
Don Hahn and Rosenberg on ESPN New York.
For 100 days, I'm going to cross the 7 continents because the answers to everything important are out there at the edges of our world. I'm stepping into the unknown. Where are we going? To see our planet as it's never been seen before. From pole to pole.
Pole to Pole with Will Smith from National Geographic. Now streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Show me the way.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
You want to know why betting the winter games on FanDuel makes so much sense? Because from game lines to medal counts to finding your angle on the events you care about most, FanDuel gives you more ways to stay connected to the action. I played in the Olympics for the U.S. men's hockey team, so you know I'm going to be dialed into all of their games. And if you want to get into the action with the hockey, a curling match that started slow and somehow got really tense really fast, or maybe there's a speed skating race that will be decided by inches that you want to get involved with. You can check it all out and so much more on FanDuel, Because from game lines to medal counts to finding your angle on the events you care about most, FanDuel gives you more ways to stay connected to the action. The Winter Games are on, and there's no better way to follow them than with a bet on FanDuel. Check out FanDuel and play your game. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Guys, quick PSA, forgetting Valentine's Day flowers is not the move. Trust me, this is why I go to the Bouquet Company every time. Bouquet delivers modern bouquets fresh to her door. Plus, with my code CANTY, you get 25% off. Bouquet's flowers are cut fresh from the best farms in the world, so you get bigger, brighter blooms that last way longer. They've got incredible flowers, even roses grown on the side of a volcano. And the best part? Bouquet's makes it easy. Pick the bouquet, the delivery date, and you're done. No last-minute panic. That's why Bouquet has over 50,000 five-star reviews. And listen, even if she says, don't get me anything, that doesn't mean no flowers. Flowers still score every time. Valentine's Day is February 14th, right after the big game, so don't fumble this. Order now. Go to Bouqs.com, use my promo code CANTY for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com, promo code CANTY. Bouqs, promo code CANTY.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. Just an awful ride on the Belts eastbound in Brooklyn. Still have this broken down car in the left lane right after Erskine Street. Been out there for over 2 hours. Traffic is crawling there from Shell Road on through. Hutch northbound, not moving much. Over by Bartow Avenue, right before the drawbridge. Big accident blocking the 2 left lanes. FDNY is on the scene. You're stopped from Westchester Avenue in the Bronx. All of your approaches the outbound George pretty bad, aside from the Henry Hudson. West Side Highway northbound, long line of brake lights go back into the 50s. Inbound George, stick with the lower deck if you can. Upper level, we've got some police department activity on the Jersey side. 10 to 15 minutes in building. Outbound Lincoln Orany about 20 to 30. Outbound Holland close to a half hour. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Access to education changes lives. That's why National University provides flexible online and hybrid programs from associate to doctorate degrees. Since 1971, NU was built to serve non-traditional working and military learners nationwide. NU understands the demands of work, family, and service. Each year, more than 130,000 learners trust National University to move forward. Visit nu.edu to learn more.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering 25% off windows and doors and 0% APR for 24 months. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends February 28, 2026.
A lot of good Queen songs for sure. Now, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa.
Former Yankee. IKF to you and me.
Current Blue Jay.
Yeah.
So camps are opening, pitchers and catchers reporting, and everybody's talking about the upcoming season. And here's what IKF had to say. Throwing a little shade at the Yankees.
That was the biggest thing, is just I wanted to win a championship. Got close last year and didn't work out. Looking at this staff and what we have here, it's pretty obvious that, the window's open, team's ready to go. So I'm excited to see the young guys grow and really contribute. And yeah, I mean, I don't know if everyone was really from the outside. I don't know if people were expecting Boston to get in last year, but I know in Toronto we were happy that they lost because, we weren't ready for Crochet and all those guys. So, it's cool to see Connolly early step up in the postseason. Now we, made a bunch of additions, so it's going to be fun to watch, and I think we're going to do very well.
Now, he never mentioned the Yankees, and Yankee fans are upset because it was almost saying we'd rather face the Yankees than the Red Sox, but was he wrong?
Where's the lie?
They owned them in the regular season, right? Yeah. Swept them in 4 games in Toronto. Why wouldn't you want to play the Yankees if you were the Blue Jays?
Yeah, the Yankee pitching staff was decent, but they didn't have a Boston hat. And I get it. And here's the thing, though. There's no hesitation to throw that, even if that's lightly throwing shade.
Mm-hmm.
There's no hesitation because there's no concern about retribution.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? You can say it, and even later on, pass it off because think about this. You have to be careful in certain circumstances to you don't want to wake the sleeping dog, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to do anything that's going to suddenly trigger a team that you would be afraid of. So you're very careful not to say things about certain players because you don't want them suddenly going, oh, and you know how maniacal they are about getting you back. The Yankees are not that team. We've learned that.
Right.
Their captain's a great human being and a great player, but he doesn't really believe in any type of intimidation other than winning, which is, it's the gentleman way to do it.
Yeah.
But it also will lead to teams like the Dodgers saying what they said after the World Series.
They know they could say it because what are you going to do about it?
You're not going to do anything.
Now, and some of it's just not, you're taking the high road. So Boone spoke, and he was asked what he thought about what IKF had to say about rather facing the Yankees than the Red Sox in the postseason last year.
I guess he was right. A little surprising to hear IKF say that, but whatever, that's fine. I mean,
does it bother you at all?
Not really, honestly. I mean, you got to play who you play and whatever.
I mean, I think he was a little aggravated by it, a little taken aback that it was IKF that said it, but that's kind of what the Yankees do. They take the high road. Back in the day, Roger Clemens would probably throw inside on IKF.
Don't go that far
back.
back. CC Sabathia.
CC Sabathia would definitely do that.
Yeah.
But nobody on the Yankees are going to do that.
Well, Garrett Cole. You don't think Garrett Cole?
I don't think so.
No?
Maybe. But I don't
I know
get
he had
sense.
He had that bad moment with Demers. I know he had that.
Yeah, that wasn't
I think
good.
he was trying to be funny. And
didn't come across that way.
Well, it backfired. I don't think he was being soft. I think he thought it was almost a joke, just made a joke of it, and it backfired. I don't think Garrett Cole as a pitcher is soft. He's very opinionated. He's got he has a lot to say.
Well, but again, words don't mean anything. Create a chip on your shoulder. Have it be bulletin board fodder. When's the first game that the Yankees play the Blue Jays in the regular season?
Circle it. But
have it be a big thing.
What did I say last year?
It should be circled anyway.
But what did I say last year going into spring training?
Well, what the Dodgers did to you is your motivation.
I'd be red hot. I would want to, I would think that what you need to do is gather the group and just, before we even get to work, fellas, we're on a mission because this is what they think of us. And this whole year, our whole mission is going to be to make sure that image, that reputation, whatever it is that people think of us is gone, right?
Yeah.
We're going to be the hardest working team. We're going to be this. Whatever it is you want to say, we're not going to take any crap from anybody because enough's enough. We're damaging the brand. No. And we're not letting that happen. Clearly that didn't happen, but they got out. Great start. Got off some win. The sense was we quiet the critics by winning. That's Judge.
Yeah.
And by the way, that's Jalen Brunson. Your two best teams in town right now are both led by gentlemen.
Right, and
who
that's
don't
fine.
believe in the idea of knuckling up. They are I'll shut them up by beating them.
As long as you get it done.
But you got to beat them.
Their first meeting is May 18th. What are we doing? Now, listen, I understand that the schedule's made in September the year before, so they didn't know that they were going to face each other in the playoffs. But why are you not facing a divisional opponent? Yankees, Blue Jays. You know in September when you were putting the schedule together that those teams were going for it last year to win the division. And you can make them wait 6 weeks into the year? was the first game on March 26th?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm happy because you'll at least have one or two pitches back.
No,
by
that's true. But by the time we get to May 16th,
who knows?
Good luck remember any of this stuff.
Good point.
JC and West Islip, you're on ESPN New York.
Yes, guys. I'd like to add 2 songs by The Who. The first one is My Generation. There's no punk without that song, and it made what the Stones and the Beatles sound like kiddie music at that time. That's how cataclysmic and iconic that was.
Great song.
And number 2 is Won't Get Fooled Again by The Who. Daltrey's Scream and Townsend's lyric, which is one of the most quotable in rock history, Meet the New Boss.
Yeah,
Same as the old
very
boss.
good.
Thumbs up.
Very
Great
good.
group. One of my favorites.
No, listen, there's got to be a way to be able to put The Who, the Rolling Stones. It's tough. It's a really, really tough list. What'd you want to say about Boone?
Well, basically about Boone, what is he going to say about this? This is just the same old thing from him. He's very political, and we get the same thing in and out from him every time. Unless they change managers, we're not going to get something different. And what did Connor Falefa say that was that controversial?
Right.
They didn't match up well against Crochet, period, end of story.
Right.
And they match up very well against the Yankees. Yeah. So the Yankees, I'm a Yankees fan, but they deserved it.
No, you're right. I mean,
it was the truth.
And the same thing last year, too. Like, listen, the Dodgers danced on your grave.
Yeah.
Because they were the world champions. Now, the Blue Jays weren't the world champions, but they went to the World Series. They went to Game 7.
I mean, they're
now the team to beat.
They went to the ultimate end.
They were right there in one of the great World Series of all time. They did what the Yankees couldn't, right? They tested the Dodgers.
They went toe-to-toe.
And
every punch.
No, IKF did not say anything wrong.
Right.
But there's enough there for Boone and the Yankees to be like, all right, we'll see. That was last year. Now it's this year. We'll see. Now, I think Boone was a little taken aback by it, but you're right.
He's careful.
Be careful. Take the high road. Don't give. Why not? You're the New York
Because that's not the Yankee way. We don't stoop to that level. But I think the fans have reached a point where, along with the frustration of the style of play, there's also a frustration with the style of personality. You know what? While the 90s teams were fun because they won a lot and they won championships, they also fought.
Yeah,
they had dudes.
Well,
like if you didn't mess with that team. Like they didn't take any crap.
Well,
from anybody.
especially the '96. When Darryl was there, like Strawberry really was a major influence.
But that tone was set by then, right? And so there was that sense of you don't.
But it was
mess
also
with
a
it.
different league. No,
they had guys in the bullpen that were ready to go. And Clemens when they got him later in the run, like that, you didn't mess with that team. This Yankee team with Aaron Judge does feel like a team that you can start stuff with, and they're not.
What's interesting though,
right?
But if you remember,
and as a fan, you're like, come on, guys, like show something.
But when you remember when Strawberry left, and the dynasty started to build, they did get a little passive. I mean, listen, Pedro had his way. He knocked Jeter out. They didn't answer the bell a lot because Torrey wasn't that way, So once Strawberry left, they kind of lost their edge. They were so much better than everybody else. It didn't matter.
Wasn't the whole Zimmer thing? Wasn't that after the fact?
Well, look what it took to get to that point. But remember, Pedro knocked Jeter out of a game. They never retaliated.
No.
They never threw at anybody. They got mad when they got thrown at.
Yeah.
But
that was the thing,
did they
too.
go after anybody?
You also remember, not in recent years, but the last couple of years, the Yankees got hit more than anybody else because they crowded the plate. So their whole thing was, we're aggressive. We're going to show you that you can hit us, and we're still going to crowd the plate and make you uncomfortable. But I'm just saying, sometimes in sports you need to be performative. Sometimes a little theatrics, to let people know, and also your fan base. Your fan base needs to see something like there's a pulse with this team that goes beyond, hey, we had 8 home runs today, so of course we won, right? Like, no, we grinded this one out. This team grinds. This team plays hard.
Peter's right in the sense that it seems like sports is getting away from that a little bit.
Unless you're in Detroit.
Yeah, I mean, except for...
But look at the reaction that got.
Exactly, and look at the reaction. It was like the malice of the palace.
God, the people clutch pearls now when all of a sudden you start throwing at people and you start clearing. It's the politically correct way to kind of just, all right, let's play it out. Let's not get upset. That's why I think if there's ever a team that's just like, hey, I'm not going to take it, that's an edge that they can create because I don't think anybody really has that anymore. But you got to mean it. You just can't tell somebody that doesn't have an edge, get an edge. You got to acquire a player that has an edge. You got to get a manager that has an edge.
Right.
You just can't all of a sudden say, play with an edge. You either have it or you don't.
But it's also the balance, because there's the teams that you say are too passive, and then there's the teams that you like because they play with an edge, but then that edge costs them because they do something that ends up getting them penalized, and it costs them the ability to win in the playoffs. 97 Knicks is a great example, right? That was a rough and tumble team. But it was a really good team. And they fell for a tactic that cost them suspensions at the end of a series that they had full control of and ended up losing. And so there's a delicate balance of, we're a tough team, but it's not like we have to walk with our chests out and prove it every single time. But everybody knows, you don't mess with those guys. And I feel like the Yankees haven't really shown that.
Yeah.
And the Knicks haven't shown it either.
In defense of the Yankees, when the Dodgers did it, they were better. They beat them.
Yep.
Now the Blue Jays are doing it. Why? Well, they beat them. So there is a humbleness, I guess, to, hey, we just got to start beating these teams. All right?
Then we can crow.
We'll get that. We can crow once we get there. We haven't gotten there.
Yeah. No, I know.
Because that's the thing, is that these teams are dancing on our grave because we're dead. Let's not have them dance on. Let's beat them.
Yeah.
Let's do.
But you get what I'm saying, though, right? Like, there's also a way in the regular season you can play that just makes people inspired by the extra effort and just put a little more adrenaline into what you're doing. That goes beyond jogging around the bases when you hit a home run and glaring into the dugout.
It's funny, last night when the Knicks lost the way they lost, I was like, it's crazy. This city, over the last whatever amount of years, has just been this consistent inconsistency. Where, like, even the teams that are good, right? Like the Knicks and the Yankees are on the good side.
Yeah.
And they will have periods where they make you believe.
Yeah.
And then they have periods where they're just like, why can't we have anything? and one of the things they both miss is in a big spot, are you going to show up with that edge, that attitude, that thing? It's what you talked about hoping Alvarado brings to this team, to the Knicks team. But yeah, the Yankees, since really Brett Gardner left, has not had someone who really does that.
That's been the Yankee negative, is they're very corporate.
Yep.
This is the way we do things. We're buttoned up. They wear pinstripes almost like as a suit on Wall Street.
Yeah.
Now, that's why Jazz, I think, was such a breath of fresh air, right? But then what happens? Yankee fans complain, hey, that's not what we don't do that here.
It's not the Yankee way, yeah. Well, but that was Judge, remember.
Yeah, I know.
Judge did the we don't do that here. And Judge, I think, is the one that is sort of the gatekeeper of all this, because he's the one that you see. I've seen it almost seems like he holds teammates accountable quietly more than he holds the opponent accountable for what they do.
Yeah,
he's more about that. Like, this is how we do it around here.
It does feel that way.
I get that, but even though the team may not be able to strut because they haven't won anything, Judge can. Because Judge is the best player in the game.
Yeah.
Or at least in the conference, him, Ohtani, whatever.
Sure.
But he can kind of walk around with a chip on his shoulder, and nobody's going to say, who are you?
Right.
No, who are you? He's Aaron Judge.
That's why I'm waiting for him to get to a point in his career where he realizes his stature in the game, not no pun intended, and that when somebody in the other team's acting up or running their mouth, and he happens to be on second base, and maybe it's a second baseman, in a quiet moment before the next pitch, he just turns to him and goes, hey, by the way, what you did there, that was,
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
just so you know. Like,
he does glare.
We've
seen him.
He does the look into the dugout thing when he's rounding third.
Yeah, but let's be honest. If that's the most that we can pull out, there's not a lot there.
That's what I mean. I haven't seen
I've seen him look before.
Like, have a conversation with somebody.
And the funny thing is, he can ragdoll half the league.
Yep. Easily.
But it's not him.
No.
It doesn't matter whether you can or not.
He's never been that guy.
Like the thing.
But that's not a bad thing.
No. And will another year of Jazz, is being here another year, can that do it? Can that give you a little?
I think he's kind of like one of these, like, his mood depends on the day. He's not consistent enough to be that kind of guy.
No, he's not. But this is the best player in the league.
He has like spunk, but he's not like.
Yeah.
But only when it's going.
Yeah.
Like, he's not a guy that, like, is every day it's the same. You're getting the same grit.
Right. Draymond could be 0 for 11. It's the same Draymond
he's
you get when he's 7 for 11.
He's not.
Doesn't matter.
Change. But, you are what you are, and it's working for Judge. But you make a little bit of something, wouldn't be awful.
But it's also why, like, a guy like Judge always needs a second sort of marginal guy. The guy that's like his habitual line stepper.
Yeah.
Like, you kind of need that to balance it.
You do. For sure.
And so
you
it's
do.
like, that whole thing, you got a problem? What are you going to do about it? Oh, no. When I get mad, he takes care of it.
deal with him.
Yeah, not me. No, you don't worry about me. You got to worry about him. And that's, I think also, Stanton is a big, strong guy, but we know he's not going to. It's not, but he's respected, but he's not going to do it. So I don't want to say the Yankees come off as soft, but I think the consensus about them is the other teams know we can say what we want about them. And I think there is a bunch of the fan base that just wishes they had a little more grit to them.
Yeah.
And not allow some of the stuff that's being said. I just think as a fan, you take that stuff personal and you wonder, do the players take it as personal as I do?
For sure. Phil Simms was on Bart and Carlin today. Had some interesting things to say about both the local football teams. We'll dive into that. Still getting amazing reaction from the list.
Love it.
Don Anna Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
March the 20th of 2026, there's one place to be. And that place is Pickleball Heaven. Pickleball Heaven. It's a pickleball facility, massive facility, in Medford, New York. We're going to do the show there that day from 6 to 10. Then there's a tournament. And then after we win the tournament, Rick, we'll stay and watch some basketball with the people. Now, the worst part of all this is the name. Listen, I got to participate in Rickleball Madness. What do you want from me?
You're a teammate of Rickleball.
Yeah, right.
You're part of the event. You're the co-headliner.
If my name was Dave Pickleball, it would still be Rickleball Madness.
I think that's accurate.
I don't want this kind of pressure. I would prefer it be named after you.
No, you don't. You want all the shine.
No, I don't. Call whatever you want.
Dave's Pickleball Extravaganza.
Sorry, Dave. We're still calling it Rickleball Madness. And it's Friday, March 20th at Pickleball Heaven in Medford, New York. To sign up and register to play, go to the ESPN New York app and click on the Rickleball tile.
From 30 for 30 Podcasts.
Did you say someone got shot?
Brian Pata, senior defensive lineman from Miami, gunned down.
The key to this case, it's Brian. An hour before he died, he was on the phone arguing with somebody.
This might be a hit.
You want the truth. They just want a conviction.
Being placed under arrest.
We had a killer amongst us. Murder at the U, coming soon.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
This February at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel, love is in the air with our $100,000 Roll into Romance drawing. Be here on Fridays in February from 3 to 7 p.m. when each hour one lucky guest is drawn to roll the dice for a shot at winning up to $5,000. Earn entry starting at 2 p.m. Club members can earn up to 5 times entry multipliers at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Not all F words are bad. Some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get 4 months free, HBO Max included for 1 year, and a 5-year price lock. Don't wait, this free fiber deal won't last long, and the fastest, most reliable, most consistent internet speeds await you. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com/free today. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Guys, quick PSA, forgetting Valentine's Day flowers is not the move. Trust me, this is why I go to the Books Company every time. Books delivers modern bouquets fresh to her door. Plus, with my code CANTY, you get 25% off. Books flowers are cut fresh from the best farms in the world, so you get bigger, brighter blooms that last way longer. They've got incredible flowers, even roses grown on the side of a volcano. And the best part? Books makes it easy. Pick the bouquet, the delivery date, and you're done. No last-minute panic. That's why Books has over 50,000 five-star reviews. And listen, even if she says, "Don't get me anything," that doesn't mean no flowers. Flowers still score. Every time. Valentine's Day is February 14th, right after the big game, so don't fumble this. Order now. Go to Books.com, use my promo code CANTY for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com, promo code CANTY. Books, promo code CANTY.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Talk about stepping up. Bang! Bang! It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments. The electricity is palpable. Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
Step inside the game you love with the NBA app. Tap to watch every game as it's happening.
Jalen Brunson does it again!
And never miss a moment of the jaw-dropping action. Get closer to the players than anywhere else. Follow the latest schedules, scores, and stats. Keep up with every story from across the league. And with NBA ID, it's all personalized to you. The game lives here. Download today.
Getting reminded, and people make a good point, like IKF, is probably motivated to say it because of the team he's on now.
Of course.
But it doesn't make it any less aggravating, for sure. Phil Simms spoke.
Oh.
On Bart and Carlin today. And the great Phil Simms commented on Dart's aggressive play style.
If he wants to be the quarterback of the New York Giants, then he better learn to get down when he's running the football much better than he did last year as far as that. And I think it's an easy correction. I think he's kind of standing up for himself right now. But the coaches, listen, John Harbaugh, no matter what you think of him, he's a tough guy. So he's going to, here's what we're doing. Now, if you don't want to do this, then we'll put somebody else in there. And that's how you get through to it. So I expect Jackson Dart to be a different player, taking care of himself big time this coming year.
It's interesting that seemed a little aggressive from Phil. Like, I don't think it's an issue to the point where you're going to have to bench him.
No.
Now, he's going to end up benching himself because now he's going to go sit in a tent because he got a hit to the head and now can't play for like a series. But do you really ever think did it ever get to a point where you're like, we're going to have to sit this kid down?
No.
I didn't think so.
No. And again, this is who he is. He has to learn to adjust. But to ask him to just suddenly turn into a straight-up pocket passer is crazy. Josh Allen has to learn it. Lamar Jackson had to learn. Everybody has to learn it. He will learn it. But this is who he is. This is who you drafted. And it's a mistake to suggest that he has to make a dramatic change to his style of play.
I agree. I feel like
I know what Phil's trying to say. I just think he was a little aggressive in saying it.
Yeah, people just sort of overdo it with this thing. Like,
if you don't do it, we're going to sit.
I'm surprised that it's a constant conversation.
And also, it really is.
He's not a small guy. This can be handled.
And you know what? So Stephen A. had an interaction with him at the Super Bowl at some event, and he stopped to see him, and Jackson Dart was very polite. And all Stephen A. said was, you take care of yourself. And Jackson Dart said, yeah, I got it. He goes, no, seriously. He's like, we need you. And he's like, we need you out there. And he's like, take care of yourself. And Jackson Dart's like, no, I hear you. I hear you. I know I will. And then Stephen A.'s pointing to his head like, we need you out there. And he's pointing to his head. It was like Stephen A. was even trying to tell him how important it is. Everybody, it's like, if you're Jackson Dart, everybody you see, he might go get gas, right? He might go to Wawa, and you're going to get somebody going, hey, you got to slide more, right? He's going to hear from everybody now.
And
it would be a funny commercial, though, if you have him, everywhere he goes, right before it's like somebody's about to make contact, he just slides.
No, that's a great. There's some product that makes perfect sense.
There is something funny he could do,
but it has
to be everywhere he goes.
It's a silly thing though to some extent because what you drafted is not the single greatest pocket quarterback of all time.
No.
You drafted a guy who's got a really good arm, and he also knows when to move it and get out of there.
Yeah.
It's part of what makes him who he is.
Tough kid who's athletic and can throw.
That's
Again,
what he is.
I'm not saying Phil falls into this category. I think Stephen A. Smith, I think, certainly does. If you're on a national level, you're not watching the Giants every game. The team stunk. But what you're catching is, hey, this kid's pretty good, but 4 times in the tent, they show highlights of him, diving headfirst. If you watch the Giants every day, this isn't the first thing you think of.
No.
It's in the conversation. I get it. But I think it's a lot of national people. All of a sudden, he just got pigeonholed. And, he's the guy that dives head first. He's the guy that's irresponsible with his body. That's not the case.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no.
But when you're 4-8 as a starting quarterback and the Giants are out of it, on Halloween, then what were you doing?
And you have to remember, in a couple of those games, you have a rookie quarterback playing on a bad football team who desperately wants to have positive moments and wins. So there's desperate moments where you're going to dive head first to get a first down because you desperately want to secure your first win.
Another good point.
You can't just take a knee on those plays. He's a rookie.
He's trying to be.
And I think it was the Commanders game late in the season where he went to the tent and it was shown on the replay his head never got hit.
Yeah, they just went.
It's too much already. It's become too much of a narrative. Phil, how can Dart avoid the sophomore slump?
You're going to be a different guy the second year. It's going to look different to you as a quarterback. Everything is true. It does look slower. And now you got a little look at the game plan or whatever I want to say there, and you should improve. You know what's coming, and you should be able to adapt to it better this year, of course, than you did last year. But listen, overall, Jackson Dart adapted to about everything in every game. I don't think I watched one game and went, wow, he played really bad. No, usually, he played good. And the rest of them, it was like, wow, he played really well. There's no doubt the Giants got a franchise quarterback in Jackson Dart.
Now he'll have to adjust to a new, coaching staff and all that. But, well, listen, it's a thing, right? Sophomore slump's a thing, and we'll see if he experiences any of it. But Vegas doesn't think so. They're supposed to double their win total, according to them. Now to the Jets, Phil. Which quarterback should the Jets look to acquire?
When I look at the New York Jets and see some of the hires they got, I don't know if they're looking for a guy like Kyler Murray. I think they're really looking for, maybe a poor man's Sam Darnold or something. I would say this. Malik Willis, a couple years ago, down in Tennessee, showed everybody what we have seen since he's been in Green Bay. But they moved him. They wanted Levis, who they drafted in the second round, so they let him go, and we saw these last 2 years when he gets in the game how good he is. Now, if the Jets go out and get Malik Willis, I would say that's a home run. He's learned to play the game. When he was in college, he looked over on the defense. As soon as the ball was snapped, he took off running, and it worked really well. But now he makes great decisions. He stays in the pocket until you make him leave. Maybe the biggest thing is his arm. I studied him in college, and his arm is much better in the pro game than I ever thought it would be. So I would say go after Malik Willis. He'll fit the coaching staff and what I think they'll probably do on the offensive side.
I like that.
I do think Malik Willis is the most exciting option available. Would you guys agree?
I don't disagree.
The most potential untapped ceiling that we have not seen yet.
Definitely the most interesting.
Yeah. Like you could go into it and go, do we have someone?
Maybe they got him right there too. He's in the floor of that whole system where
you can't do that respectfully. We pretty much know Kyler Murray's situation.
Yeah, and Cousins
we definitely know.
Derek Carr if he comes back.
Derek Carr's a bit of a wild card, but what you imagine is he's going to be probably a worse version of the last Derek Carr. We know who that is. Malik Willis is the only one who we don't know what the
untapped.
You get my attention for sure, right? So it'd be interesting. It's going to cost.
Yeah, see, that's the other issue too. It's gonna cost rather than just plucking a free agent like you would with Cousins.
Can I give you a quick NBA injury update?
Here we go.
What do you got?
All right. Tonight, Knicks at Sixers, right? We'll have the coverage right after our show at 7. We know Anunoby is out again, so he'll be out. The Sixers, Embiid, out. That's interesting, right? Quentin Grimes also out. We know Paul George is out because he's been suspended from the what's the right word? I don't want to say the drug thing, but he had used a banned substance.
Right.
So he's out. One more thing. Pacers are in Brooklyn, back-to-back, right? All their guys are out. So last night,
I was going to say, the Nets are going to win by 30.
Last night there was money on the table.
Yeah. There's no money on
And
this
Rick
day.
Carlisle's like, get this one, and you can all have tomorrow off.
I'm going to look at the next
And these
one.
guys went crazy last night. No McConnell, no Nembhard, no Neesmith, no Siakam.
Yeah.
All of them out.
This is a milk crate with a T-shirt over it. That's not an
All right, hold on.
actual
So real quick. So give me your guys' pick on the line.
Oh, then and that's 7.5.
7.5?
Yeah.
No.
They're coming off a win against Chicago. Pacers aren't playing anybody. Second of back-to-backs.
I'm not going any higher than 5.
7.5.
Well, are you playing game show rules? It's 6.5.
Oh. I'm out because I went over. But
yeah, but you're right.
We're right there.
That's now the Knicks line. Knicks are minus 2.5 at the Sixers.
Really?
That's appealing to me.
Minus 2.5, second game back to back.
Yeah, but people expect this Knicks team to be a team that doesn't lose 2 in a row.
That's
what you expect.
It's been quite the show, and we haven't even got to ENN yet.
Oh, yeah.
It's next.
That's
Don
your race.
Anna Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Hi, it's Chuck Devine with SnowCountry.com. Prioritize your self-care and switch to Cricket for unlimited plans starting at $35 a month. Smile, you're on Cricket. Just a touch of fresh snow for some nearby areas, but greater accumulations for Gore Mountain and Whiteface in the Adirondacks and in Vermont. Lots of packed powder up there thanks to the second decent snowfall since the weekend. Smuggler's Notch in northern Vermont already had 1.5 feet fresh in the past week, and they're 100%. Killington always likes the fresh snow for their steeps and natural bumps and glades, and several inches on top of the groom will feel pretty sweet at Killington. Stratton Skiing and Riding 92 trails. That includes 65 groom runs, a lot of groom black diamonds there, too. Butternut in the Berkshires, Ski Sundown and Mohawk in Connecticut, all 100%. Sundown and Mohawk have pack powder day and night, and so does Thunder Ridge nearby. Wyndham on 52 trails in the Catskills, pack powder and hard pack, and Bel Air's 100%.
You don't just ski or ride, you dominate. At Killington, we fuel your adventure. Be the beast. Ski and ride Killington.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks a million, guys. I hope you have a great rest of the night. We've got the Nets home over at the Barclays in Brooklyn. BQE just jammed in both directions, heading over to Atlantic Avenue. Westbound, especially tough, not moving much from the LIE in Queens. Belt eastbound finally picked up that broken down car in the left lane right after Erskine Street. Was out there for almost 3 hours. Damage is done. Traffic is solid there from Cropsey Avenue on through. Best of it's the outbound George, southbound Deegan and Henry Hudson. Cross Bronx westbound, slam from the Bruckner through to underneath the apartments. Inbound George doing better for the upper deck. Police department activity moved out of the way, just about a 5-minute ride. Outbound Lincoln and Holland tunnels are only about 20 to 30 minutes each. Over in Jersey, Seton Hall Pirates are home tonight at the Rock in Newark. 280 bumper to bumper in both directions, heading over to 21 in the Stickle Drawbridge. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
So, should we split the bill?
But math is the worst.
Not all math, because with New York Lottery's extra multiplier scratch-off games, you can multiply your winnings up to 200 times.
Wait, multiply my winnings?
Yeah, you take your winnings, then multiply those winnings up to 200 times.
So all of my winnings times 200?
Yeah, that.
Oh, I've always said math's the best.
Play for chances to multiply your winnings 30, 50, up to 200 times. Prizes up to $5 million. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
When it comes to meat and seafood, selection matters, and no one beats Wild Fork Foods. To everyday essentials, to high-quality steaks, to seafood and more, every product is blast frozen to lock in peak flavor and freshness, so you get restaurant-quality meats at home for amazing prices. Shop in person at 7 locations across Long Island and New Jersey, or you can order online for same-day delivery. It's easy, it's convenient, and the prices are wild. WildForkFoods.com.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
It's crazy to see how much everyone's changed at these reunions.
Did you see Brian? He's in better shape than he was 25 years ago. How is that even possible?
Yes, he told Tim he started taking Nugenix Total T2.
The testosterone booster?
Yeah, but he said it's way more than that. It also skyrockets nitric oxide in as little as 3 hours. Tim started taking it right away, and trust me, I've already noticed results.
Wow, I might just have to go catch up with Brian.
After 40, energy, strength, drive, it all starts going downhill. Feel like your old self again with Total T2. Stronger, leaner, and more energized. Just text ORDER to 369-369 for your complimentary bottle of new Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone and nitric oxide booster. Text now and you'll also get a free bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator. That's ORDER to 369-369. ORDER to 369-369.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. Product not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for 3.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. This is an ENN Special Report. Now reporting...
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports.
Do what you want. It's ENN.
Hi, kids. Welcome to ENN.
Ray Rowe.
You ever watch YouTube?
I'd like to start off by saying good evening to Don.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, but we're going Rosenberg, Hahn.
Nah.
That could be somewhere, folks. Good evening to Don.
So we're going to go in the chronological order.
And to Alan.
If he was that bad.
Going to clean day.
Yeah. I don't.
It was a clean day.
I promised myself I wouldn't get irritated by the social, because I knew we were going to get beat up. But like Zod says, Don, Mr. Rock and Roll, Heavy Metal, embarrassed himself today.
Yeah.
Think we need to give a mulligan. This can't be corrected. Good. I don't know what you want me to tell you. This is my list. I think that if I put all Heavy Metal, yeah, Carnivore by Carnivore, number 1. Yeah, now he's happy.
How about Blood?
And I embarrass myself. I embarrass myself. You couldn't come up with a list if I gave you an hour and a half.
Let me say good evening to
and marijuana.
Let me say good evening to myself.
Not everybody was huge, but a handful of real big ones.
Oh.
Hey, right. where were you?
I was clean today.
All right.
Oh, that's an old one?
Yeah.
I didn't notice.
Not everybody was huge, but a handful of real big ones.
It's like 2 days ago. Good evening to Spike.
Hey, no cheap shot jokes at me, but I'm big on the organ.
Duly noted.
Big on the organ? That's an interesting way of describing yourself. I like it. It's modest. You know? When you want people to know, but you don't want to say it directly. You just say, hey, listen, all you got to know.
Listen, by the way.
I'm big on the organ.
Yeah.
Trust me. All right, folks. A lot has happened today. First of all, we have these suspensions. As Alan mentioned, Isaiah Stewart suspended 7 games by the NBA on Wednesday, with 3 other players also getting...
What's the NBA on?
I didn't say the NBA. I said NBA on Wednesday.
I heard NBA on.
The NBA on Wednesday.
Don's on alert.
I could be
now.
wrong.
No.
I just my antenna's up. That's it.
We've caught him twice now, so he's on alert.
I'm alert. Listen. Maybe I'm wrong. It's a tough day for me.
He's got the red pen out. Just be ready.
Let's see. We also got a 4-gamer, a 2-gamer. I mean, listen. This isn't that big. 7's big. Well, seven's a hammer.
Repeat offender. Left the bench.
Right.
It's an easy one.
Once you leave the bench.
Yeah. That's an easy one.
It's against the rules.
Isn't it awkward, though, when you see the other players on the bench getting held back by coaches and they just have to watch their team fight? You know how hard that must be, though?
Oh, yeah.
It was a real scrap.
Can I just get, here's what I think. Again, another hoop idea from Alan Hahn.
Here we go. Hoop ideas.
2 guys square up. Let them go. No one else can get involved. Let them go. Everybody else go to your benches. Go. Let them go. Get it out of your system. You're NBA players. Not many of you can fight.
Yeah, nothing's going to happen. It's going to be 2 missed punches and you hold each other.
Both going to realize this is a bad idea, right? That's, to me, how you put an end to this stuff. Is everyone, the minute 2 guys square up, we're not pulling guys back. The referees tell everybody, get out of the way. Go. Right? That's
I like it.
Go.
Because they won't want to do it. Because he's right.
Right?
And the real ones.
Diabate would look at Duran and just be like, all right, never mind.
Bridges and Diabate got 4 games for fighting. And Jalen Duran got 2 games for initiating the altercation.
The mush.
The mush got him 2.
Which is wrong. But after that, you saw he backed up. Like he didn't really do anything to escalate beyond what he did to Mush. So that's why he deserved it too.
Clown show.
Well, no, it was a clown show overall.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Don, is that
your idea is not
ridiculous?
I like it.
Get it out of your system. Go and if they know that they're not going to be held back, if they're actually going to go for
that's it.
How many will even bother?
Have it out. All right, have it out.
Because I've always said,
you're both going to be thrown out of the game. Have it out.
Nothing is more lame to me than in baseball when you get hit by a pitch and you get mad and you throw the bat down and you take a couple of steps forward and you start pointing the finger, waiting for the catcher to hug you. If you're really that mad,
umpire, right?
Here, I just think it's two choices. If you're really that mad, charge them out. If you're not willing to charge them out, jog to first base.
That's it.
That's it. Those are the two. No tough guy like, hey, what are you doing? Point finger. I'm gonna. Next time you do that,
no, that's it.
You're in trouble. Where's the catcher? Why isn't the catcher hugging me?
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Somebody break this up, and then
I get it.
And there's nothing even more. I don't even know why they do it. There's nothing more lame in sports than the jog from the bullpen. Oh, they're coming out of the dugout.
Here they come.
Let's jog from the bullpen. Let's show our support by being present.
By the way, and now I'm exhausted because I had to run from. I was sitting down, legs crossed, doing crossword puzzle, and all of a sudden, I got to get up. You run now. I got to go walk back.
Because honestly,
who needs it?
If I saw Peter in a fight, you wouldn't. This is for the YouTube people, but you wouldn't see me like jogging, like, oh, Peter needs me. Be running like, oh my God, like you'd be just like running like as fast as you can. But they're all like, just jogging.
Yeah.
No, you know what they should do?
We need to be present.
Car.
They should know what they should do is.
Get in the
I would if you were a true gangster. If you were a true gangster. if you were a true gangster.
Yeah, that'd be the bullpen car.
That would be so funny.
Everybody's hanging on
the cars with guys hanging off the side. One guy smoking a cig. No, it's amazing. What you should do, the true gangster move would be, I could picture like an A's Dave Stewart doing something like this.
What?
I don't run. I walk.
Mm-hmm.
If when I get there, this fight is still going on, somebody's going to die.
Yeah, right.
But I'm not running.
Yeah.
I'm going to get there when I get there.
Like the stomp walk.
Yeah, and when I get there, no, listen, I'm taking my time, finishing my cigarette, I'm having a conversation. If you guys are still fighting, then when I get there, it's a problem.
Now, what did we think of Duncan Robinson in this whole fracas?
Well, what did he do?
Okay. Duncan Robinson did the eye roll, and as all the mess is going on, he did one of these like, y'all getting suspended, and just, you know what I mean? Turned and walked away. Like, my name's Paul, and that's between y'all. Like that's what he did. And as a Piston, that's not acceptable behavior. So he's getting right now, he's getting raked through the coals in Detroit about that.
Who was it? When the Mariners and the Yankees got in that fight back in the day, and like Jeter was talking to A-Rod, wasn't it A-Rod?
Yeah.
And who was it? Curtis was all red hot.
Yeah, he was pissed about that. Yep.
Imagine being mad at going public, being mad at Derek Jeter.
Yeah, how'd that work
But he was
out?
right. Because Jeter, I don't want to say Jeter lacked that because all he did was win, but like Jeter was like that. Like, like you said, that's between you.
Beneath me.
Alan, I like Alan's idea for fighting. The two guys square off. Yeah. The arena person plays some like, hard rock, something like God Only Knows by the Beach Boys.
Right.
Bridge over troubled water. You get it gets the people, and it just gets the people going. I was trying to troll Don, and he ended up enjoying it. He knew it was coming. I thought I was going to catch him off guard, but he knew where I was going.
Oh,
all right, the New York Giants have hired former
knocking
Titans.
on heaven's door,
Yeah, come here, buddy. Knocking on heaven.
To the ground.
It's a fighting anthem. Knock, knock, knocking. All right, so the Giants are hiring former Titans head coach Brian Callahan. Also,
I like that.
Also co-owner of Callahan Auto Parts.
That's right.
To be the game's passing game coordinator, a position for the record that's been made up. It didn't exist.
This is hilarious.
We just need to find more jobs. No, we just need to find more jobs for people. You want to? What can you do?
I love it.
I think it's QB coach also.
Okay, at least that's a job. He's QB coach. But so wait, so when they give him passing game coordinator, it's to make you feel better, like you're more than QB coach?
Coordinator means I can pay you more.
Oh, where's QB coach?
You know what I mean?
You think so?
I don't know.
That's a good thought.
I'm assuming if you're a coach, you make this much. If you're a coordinator,
you get more. You got to coordinate.
You got to coordinate.
The mushrooms on the inside of my jacket. Got to coordinate.
Bang, bang.
Now, he also interviewed to be the offensive coordinator with the Giants. But, of course, that went to Matt Nagy.
Yeah.
So they were like, hey, we can't do that for you, but we can give you coordinator, James.
We need to get him on. Like Table. Is it Nagy or Nagy?
I go Nagy.
I go Nagy, too, but you do hear Nagy.
I don't like it.
Anthony, you have an opinion on this, no?
Do we
I believe it's Nagy, but what I'll say is it's funny that the Titans head coach, who was supposed to develop Cam Ward, is now the QB pass game coordinator for the Giants, who now has to develop Jackson Dart, while the Giants head coach, who was going to develop Jackson Dart's now the offensive coordinator for Cam Ward.
Look at that. Look at that, how it all came full circle.
You know, we think the pool is huge.
It all makes sense, doesn't it?
That's a
I
mind blower.
think they're literally choosing. Tell me if I'm wrong. Like between 75 people. We think it's a lot of people because but really, when
but
you
32 jobs plus,
how deep is the pool
it's
of
not.
coaches in the NFL?
It's the same people.
Yeah,
it's a fraternity.
Let me ask you a question.
The hardest thing's getting in.
Let me ask you a
Actually,
question.
no, I'm sorry. The hardest thing's getting out.
Yeah.
Adam Gase was in high school.
Let me ask you a question. Do they have a Rooney Rule for coordinators?
I don't think so.
Yes, one.
What?
What do you mean?
You have to interview one.
You have
to satisfy the Rooney Rule.
For each coordinator position, you have to interview one.
I don't know about passing game coordinator. I think offensive coordinator and defensive.
You have to interview one.
I don't know about the others.
Special teams coordinator.
Because it does seem like one day, if this league actually hopes to help the diversity issue they have in the head coach ranks, the way to get there would to see some sort of real uptick in coordinators at some point. Because that's how you can then become a head coach.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, because when I look around, I think of the same handful of black coordinators that sort of bounce around the league.
Pretty much, yeah.
So that if you want to get there to where you're not doing it as a formality at the head coach, you got to really build it at the whatever.
By the way, Jacob found a tweet in the Sun Times.
From 2018.
Yeah.
It's Matt Nagy, not Nagy.
How do you spell it? What do you mean? How do you write it?
Matt what?
It's
Nagy.
No, I'm good.
This is already exhausting.
Really, the only time we're ever
this is already exhausting.
Really, the only time we're ever going to bring him up is because he's doing an awful job.
Yep.
Like how often do we compliment the offense? No, but when you got John Harbaugh as the head coach, he's going to get all
the glory.
And then when it starts to fall apart,
well, they got to get rid of the passing game coordinator.
I hope we don't have to utter his name once the entire year.
You know what's funny? This is my thing about coordinators. If you're either an unknown quantity who people think could become like that dude as an OC, or you're one of those guys who's considered one of those dudes, right?
Yep.
If not, and I say this respectfully, if you're in the Nagy category, you're just there. We know what you are. He's not the next star coordinator.
Yeah.
He was a guy who almost made it as a head coach. Now he's back to being a coordinator. But he's not like the next.
No.
This is going to be it one day. He's not Cliff Kingsbury, someone you go, oh, this guy he's really doing different things we haven't seen before. Or what Kyle Shanahan was.
Need a place to sit. Couch is full. Bark lounge is full. There's a chair.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah.
We bring him in.
Sit there.
See what he does. Lindsey Vonn had a successful third surgery.
Do they ever say it's unsuccessful?
Rarely.
You know what I mean?
I've
Imagine
never
the
seen
release. It said, performed surgery today. It was a complete disaster.
No, we got to be honest. Afterwards, the doctors walked out and said, well, we got to run that thing back.
Yeah.
Isn't it true, though? I've made the same joke.
Why do they say
it's
successful?
Never happened.
Just had surgery.
Had surgery. Because no doctors.
Repaired the ligament. We move it. Keep it moving.
Actually, no. Imagine this headline. Lindsey Vonn's third surgery was deemed unsuccessful as the doctors admitted they operated on the wrong leg.
Yeah.
Like, you just don't see it. It just doesn't happen.
Why do they always use successful?
Well, tell us if it's successful in a year. We'll see how she's doing.
That's a good point, too. I know my first surgery on my ACL was unsuccessful.
Really?
Yes.
Because it happened again.
Because it snapped again.
You know Ballard's had 4?
4?
I think he's had 4 ACLs.
But does he do anything?
You've had 3?
Mm-hmm.
What does he do?
Ballard?
Yeah.
Has
he jog?
Does
he exercise?
Has a great time. Goes to shows.
So this just him
lives?
Walking back and forth. 4 times.
Bad step off a curb.
One was playing with a niece or nephew. Like doing something. He juked himself out and just tore it to shreds.
He broke his own ankles.
Another, I believe, could have been skiing. One was like in college jumping off a staircase.
Oh, that'll do it.
Like running down the stairs,
Sure.
he jumped. And
So that happened to him, and you still tried to jump up the stairs.
That doesn't count.
It was down the stairs.
Yeah,
though,
his
that was the problem.
jumping down the stairs. Well,
Right.
I was just hitting a couple stairs at a time. It was nothing.
I've always told people the going up part, that's not hard.
He's Usain Bolt
landing.
compared to Ballard.
Yeah. All I did was my meniscus was dinged. Ballard, the entire knee doesn't exist. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And for doing nothing. Make more money doing nothing. What movie?
More money doing nothing.
I make more money doing nothing.
Friday?
No.
Close. Not, well, close adjacent. Relevance, it's not even close. But.
Nothing. Oh, no. Boys in the Hood.
There you go.
You mean it's the same neighborhood?
Well, I'm just saying, that's why I had to stop
physically close.
All those houses look the same in those blocks.
Yeah,
right. So
I know that was said on the porch.
Relevance, meaning, depth, it's not even on the same planet.
Yeah.
And the other one, the other one's got more comic books.
Yeah. I don't remember that line. More money making nothing. Oh, when he's a kid?
What did we say?
They asked him to rake the leaves?
Hey, I'll give you $5. Rake the leaves, not leave one leaf on it.
Yeah.
Make more money doing nothing. That doesn't make sense, by the way.
But it's funny.
It doesn't make sense.
That was Doughboy. That was the young Doughboy.
I know. Who turns out to be his only brother in the end.
That's right.
Sometimes when you think about that movie, it was like such a wonderful, beautiful film at the time. And then you go back and see other parts, and because that story had been so untold to that point, there are still things that now reek a little cringe and like stereotypical, like kind of base. Let me say a little base. Like the gangbangers are all like a very base version of who everyone is.
But of course,
because it was the first time you're doing it.
Yeah.
But at the time, that movie, I mean, it's still great. It still holds up.
Story is terribly sad.
It's so sad.
It's terribly sad.
Ricky, baby, I got your test scores. Still at that moment. Best kid.
I still don't know why he ran straight, but that's another story.
Yeah, you got to go serpentine or something, right? Like,
just a straight sprint. I'll run faster than the bullet was not the good strategy. It should, whatever the test scores were, they couldn't have been good. Let's be honest.
You don't have time to think in that moment. Wait, he didn't make it to the wall.
He could have jumped the wall. He ran straight.
You're not outrunning a bullet.
It always did
Ricky.
bother me.
But didn't they say they split up, right?
Yeah.
They split.
Yes.
And then the car pulls up and they see they have.
They
but
caught
did
him.
he? But did he know? Did he look back and see that they had him?
Yes.
Yeah. Remember, because he's just drinking his milk, not a care in the world.
Oh, he thought he made it. He thought he
out.
got
And then he sees and he starts sprinting forward. The first thing I'm doing is hopping the next fence. I got to make it a little hard.
Yeah. Now, whoever wrote that in the movie, bad idea.
Although
isn't making him look bad.
It's funny that the
guy's a football. The guy's going to play Division I football at USC.
And yet you hear and that movie's so sad. The way the mom treats Doughboy when they're kids is so sad.
I hate all that.
That part's so brutal.
Right.
Like he's always treated like a schmuck from the beginning.
Drive-by shooters out of my house. Off my couch.
And yet he still loves his mom and is the protector of his brother.
Yeah, he's still all about family.
It's a great move. When you start thinking about it, you think there's a kid out, you think there's like anyone out there in their 20s never seen that, like they're 30? You've never seen Boys in the Hood?
No, come on. That's on the list of like
Anthony, Jacob, you guys both seen it, right?
Guys' list of movies you should
times.
see.
I've even
Anthony?
seen Drinking Your Juice in the Hood.
No, I don't think I have.
Wow.
Okay.
Anthony,
this is homework.
Can you do it by Friday?
No. Hockey's on all weekend. He can't.
It's
Olympic
in the
hockey?
afternoon, not at night.
Yeah, he has already saw it.
He'll watch it back. He's working right now.
He's
watching Italy,
he's
Sweden.
He's rewatch Italy, Sweden
All of
again?
it. Yeah, Latvia, all of it.
No,
I'm sorry that I'm passionate.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
No, he was quoting you.
Play the victim.
No, he was quoting you.
Very good.
He doesn't even know his own.
He doesn't.
No, I know he was. I wish you loved the sport like I do.
No, I'm sorry that I'm passionate. It's a literal drop.
It's a literal quote. That was a quote verbatim. Anthony, I expect more of you, and I want to hear about it.
You really
Friday.
shouldn't.
This is homework at some point.
And isn't there something about Lawrence Fishburne? He's like forever old. He's 30 years old.
Not 30.
Yes.
30.
He was born in 61. The movie was 91. He was 30
He might have
years
been
old.
under 30 when they made it. He might have been under 30.
He's like who's the actor that looks like LeBron? Delroy
Lindo?
Yeah, like you know how he always
We talked about him recently. He's always been 70.
Always looks
Still
old,
looks 70 though.
right? Lethal Weapon.
Danny Glover?
Always looked old.
Always look old. And then,
I met Danny Glover.
and of course,
he was old.
diabetes.
Oh, Wilford Brimley.
Wilford Brimley
was
100. He was
40.
literally he was 40 in the natural. He had gray hair like spitting out of his shirt. You see it?
It's so true.
They really honestly they could have tied the hair.
Some actors
and he was
were
40.
always old, and Lawrence Fishburne's definitely one of them.
But the reason I bring it up,
he's the father, and his kids in the movie is his kid in the. Well, no, I guess it could still be real though, because his kid in the movie is only 12 when he gets him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he
and
had
he's 30.
He had him when he's 17.
Oh, so it does that. It actually is right.
Yeah. It's probably
he's supposed to be 30.
It's probably accurate.
But still, he just comes across as the.
But then he ages.
Like
the kid ages,
older,
and he's still 30 in real
he
life.
doesn't age in the movie.
Right. He's older. The old wise guy. You know what I mean? Saying like, and the reason I bring it up is because in Apocalypse Now, He lied about his age. He was 17 years old. He said he was 19. He lied about his age to get in that movie, and that movie's only 1979.
Oh, my God.
And I guess his career is sort of defined by The Matrix. Is that right?
I would defined, or is it just that's
that's what he hears about every day of his life.
That's his thing.
It's every day of his life,
yeah,
right?
That's his thing.
But what else would there be?
Because he has a lot of great performances, but that's the one.
Yeah, but he was in a lot of stuff.
But he was grandpa in Blackish, and even that was a bit of a stretch because I think he was like in his late 50s when.
And they made him grandpa because he's always been old. He could have been grandpa when he was 30.
He was in King of New York too.
King of New York.
King of New York is
he was in
John
Deep
Wick.
Cover.
A couple John Wick.
Oh, he's
movies.
Deep Cover. He's in Deep Cover. But again,
King of New York's a really good movie.
But it's not it's not considered a great movie.
It's fun. No. I'm not putting it up there. But Christopher Walken, that's a fun movie.
Do you know that I'm telling you right now, there are more people listening than not who, when they hear Biggie say Frank White,
they
have no idea that that's
about.
Christopher Walken in a movie called King of New York.
Yeah.
No idea. When that came on TV recently, I was with Natalie and a friend, and I was like, pay close attention to his name. And they were like, what? And I was like, and they kept saying, she was like, Frank White? And I was like, and she's like, Frank White.
Yeah.
I mean, because
I wonder why that movie
Biggie Don called himself Frank White all like regularly, and people like me, I only knew it as a Biggie nickname.
Right.
I didn't know. I was like, is King of New York a big movie? But it's a cult movie.
I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised it's not a bigger cult movie though. Like it's not referenced nearly enough.
It's kind of like it's
got a couple samples.
Maybe a dip under Scarface. Like Scarface didn't do like Scarface had a second life in the hip hop world.
But Scarface's second life is gigantic.
Gigantic, right?
King of New York
this never got a second life. But I think when they came out, they were similar.
So Scarface, you think was similar? It was when it first came out. Brian De Palma wasn't anybody yet, right?
Right.
When Scarface came out, and it didn't do tremendously well. And then over time, it
just picked up.
It's crazy. Scarface. Listen, it's obviously not the Godfather because of Godfather's accolades. But in terms of what it means to people on a cultural level, it's Godfather adjacent.
Yeah,
it became big.
It's big.
Yeah. And by the way, it's very rewatchable. For a nearly 3-hour movie, Scarface is a very rewatchable movie.
Completely agree.
But King of New York's got some great lines, but it did not get the second line.
His acting's so weird, though.
Acting is not great in it.
Because you don't know Walken's style yet.
Yeah, it's so abrupt.
His style's so weird.
Yeah.
He acts the same in that movie, Don, as he does in Brian De Palma did Carrie before he did Scarface.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I didn't know that. He acts the same as he does in Joe Dirt. I mean, Christopher Walken's always the same. And until you know what his vibe is and how he talks, it doesn't make... You're watching, you're like, what's this guy's deal? So I imagine back then people are like, why
but it's also when you see him standing there and he's among that group, and it's like they could kill him. But they were so in awe of him.
He's the king of New York.
Oh, that's what it became.
Yeah, in the subway where he just gives them the money. He says, come over to the plaza.
Yeah.
Come work for me.
So that's the one that's been sampled in hip-hop.
Right.
Come over to the plaza.
Yeah.
That whole thing was all in records. That'll do it for ENN. Brought to you by Ramsey Mazda. There you go. Get more for your money at Ramsey Mazda. Like a new 2026 Mazda CX-50 or Mazda CX-90. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda.
Well, I got to tell you, it's been quite the show.
This has been.
We've done it all, haven't we?
When we do the last call crew, I'm expecting a very eclectic list of people at 1-800-919-3776. We are taking you up until 7 o'clock. And then at 7 o'clock, we've got Knicks and Sixers right here on ESPN New York.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
Not all F words are bad. Some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get 4 months free, HBO Max included for 1 year, and a 5-year price lock. Don't wait, this free fiber deal won't last long, and the fastest, most reliable, most consistent internet speeds await you. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com/free today. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
ZipRecruiter. Want to know why betting the winter games on FanDuel makes sense? Well, from game lines to medal counts to finding your angle on the events you care about most, FanDuel gives you more ways to stay connected to the action. The winter games are on, and there's no better way to follow them than with a bet on FanDuel. Which winter event do you have a good feeling about? Figure skating, bobsled, skiing, snowboarding, curling matches that start slow and somehow get tense fast? Speed skating decided by inches, hockey games that just feel different from the opening face-off to final horn, and so much more. Want to know why betting the winter games on FanDuel makes sense? Well, from game lines to medal counts to finding your angle on the events you care about most, FanDuel gives you more ways to stay connected to the action. The winter games are on, and there's no better way to follow them than with a bet on FanDuel. FanDuel, play your game. 21 plus and physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Looking for the best meat and seafood at unbeatable prices? Get to Wild Fork Foods. They offer the widest selection of meats and seafoods you'll find anywhere. Everything is blast frozen to lock in flavor and nutrients. From beef and poultry to seafood, pork, and even exotic and game meats, you'll get the best value for your buck. Visit one of their 7 locations across Long Island and New Jersey, or order online for same-day delivery at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork Foods, your neighborhood's meat and seafood market.
Progressive knows there's no one more important to your team than your pet. They're like your top draft pick.
And it looks like Chuck has selected Pepper the Corgi. Bold pick there, Deborah.
Yeah, Rich, Pepper has a high ceiling for sure, but he does have a tendency to bark at every tree.
Yeah, he brings a lot to the table, but also takes a lot off of it, especially when it's been left near the edge.
Nothing left to do now but suit him up for the dog park.
Protect your top draft pick from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates to third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations. Covered subject to policy terms.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to A to Z Savings, our biggest sale of the year.
Happy to be here. Can I get some rotors?
Would you like brake pads with that?
How much are the brake pads?
Free with Duralast rotors.
Free? Really?
Really? Free.
I also need some oil.
Would you like an oil filter with that?
Yeah. How much is that?
Free with the oil.
Free? Really?
Really. Free. It's part of A to Z Savings with hundreds of deals.
From A to free.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Ends March 9th. Restrictions apply.
You know, we can't get into too much detail but do you know how much I learned about sex from listening to rock and roll?
All right, thank you.
You know, like, what was he saying? What does that word mean? And then you'd look it up. Oh, that's what that means. This song is a perfect example of that. I can't explain in detail what I mean, but anybody that knows that song is like, yeah, Don, that's how I found out what that word meant.
I don't know which word you're talking about either.
I'll tell you off the air. And then Captain Jack.
Well,
from Billy Joel.
I don't know what that's about.
All you do is sit at home and I'm like,
your sister's gone out. She's on a date. And you just sit at home and what rhymes with date?
No. Right, that's right.
In several syllables.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that.
And I'm like,
and as a kid, you listen going,
what is that?
Oh.
You too, Billy?
Yeah. Well, it became like acceptable. It's like I thought there was something wrong with me, but Billy Joel's singing about it, so it must really be a
We're
thing.
all going
All right.
blind.
I thought I invented it. Billy Joel's singing about it. Wow, I felt like I belong now. I'm not a piece of human trash.
Right. I'm not going to go blind.
Yeah. So
Billy's not blind.
But didn't you like?
That's right.
Didn't you think of it like examples like, oh, I don't know. Oh, wow.
You started. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like there were things you figured out.
I don't even.
I learned a lot from the Divinals video.
Well, that's different. Even when I was young, even only the.
Well, I knew by then, but if I was younger,
oh, I was young.
So you were like, whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, I was
You
like,
too?
I was like 12.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a guy thing.
What? No. No, I don't think I thought that, but it was just very forward, you know? It
My
was just
favorite
like,
video.
It's a great video. Well, it's not better than Wicked Game by Chris Isaac, though. Hell
No,
of a video. That was porn. That was VH1 porn.
That was me, you know. That wasn't Chris Isaac.
That's
That
a
was
good
you?
song.
Yes, I was standing in on
however you feel about him as an artist, that's a good song.
Well, I don't know how to. I have no idea how to feel about Chris Isaac as an artist except that song.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Is there something else to feel?
Same.
I've seen him live like 3 times because Nancy's a huge fan.
Oh.
By the way. Oh, my God.
Wow. That's a choice.
Well,
It
it's
rears
someone's choice.
It rears its head again. I mean, this is Nancy is a person who every single decision is made below the belt. I'm just going to say it right now. No, I'm going to say every, and apparently about Don too, because it's every team she roots for.
Yep.
Every artist she likes, they're all studs.
No, I don't.
Studs, and in this case, sexual.
I don't.
It's a sex song.
You think
from
so?
a hot guy.
But I don't. No,
She watched the video like we did.
Yeah, but I don't think she. I think
And
she
she dragged
genuinely.
you to the
Because
concert.
he's not that hot a guy.
I thought he was pretty handsome, Chris Isaac. No.
In his day.
Well, I only
But
know
not
his.
to-
Again,
not-
I only know his.
He's no
day.
Dave Rigetti.
Again,
He's no Ed Norton.
I don't think Ed Norton's that good looking.
Well, ask Nancy. I'll tell you again. American History X.
That's all that matters. Oh,
X,
wow.
Is American History sex? for
Capital
Nancy.
X.
That movie.
He's-
Of all movies. That one?
They should.
Well, why
that's
not?
telling it a
Well,
different way.
No, don't. It's not about the plot. Have you seen him in it? He's
jacked up.
He's really jacked up.
No, you're right.
I don't
By
think
the
he's
way-
got a shirt in it the whole movie.
By the way, you're right.
He was on the McGuire
Chris Isaac's
Sosa
not that
diet.
good looking. It was just a very sexual video. He's
Yeah, it
not
was
that
right,
good.
but he's
You're much better.
I mean, he's not
looking.
ugly, but he's not.
No, he looks kind of square-headed and weird.
Right, and
Oh.
and his
It's
outfit.
funny because I'm compared to him and Nick Lachey the most.
Take Nick Lachey.
I tried to.
Yeah, run with Nick Lachey.
I was
Yeah,
leaning
but
into that.
No,
one.
he's a hot Chris Isaac. Right?
Or Hot
Right?
Isaac.
Hot Isaac.
Hot Isaac. Take that.
I don't know about that, but
no, but Nancy still. It doesn't change the fact that the video was like
No,
VH1
I don't. I
porn.
don't even think she likes that song. She's a fan of his music, and I've go.
She celebrates the whole catalog.
Yeah, she celebrates the whole catalog.
all right.
But if he's corny, like where's like
I don't know his other. I don't. I mean, looking at the pictures of him, he is corny.
Didn't
and
know
he had,
any other
and
songs.
she watched. You wouldn't even know. You're gonna laugh. He had a show on Showtime,
I remember that.
and she watched that.
What was
So
the show?
It was the Chris Isaac show, but it was,
It was
but-
just him having sex.
But no, it was no. It's complete. I think the reason that hit was
Him,
because it was
open
complete
shirt
opposite of him. And you know, he's also an actor. He was in Do the Right Thing.
Was he
Not
Do the
Do the Right Thing. That Thing You Do.
That thing?
But again, polar opposite.
Same genre.
But you at least give me the title sound.
Yeah, no. There's the thing. There's the thing.
That thing
That
you do.
The
He
thing.
was. Did
Thing
you see
was the
that
word
thing
that
you
was-
do? You've seen that thing.
Yeah, not in a long time though.
But he's the I think he's the priest that records, or he records religious music, and they recorded the song in the church. That's him.
Chris Isaac.
And he was in Silence of the Lambs too. He was one of the cops.
I wonder what Chris Isaac's doing right now.
I bet you he's 70 if he's a day.
Is that your pick?
Yeah. What do you think?
I'm gonna go 67.
How did we get into Chris
Ooh,
Isaac?
somebody's close.
Where did that?
Somebody's close.
Oh,
Somebody is.
okay.
70 or 67? 67.
69.
No, you
He's
did it.
69. Yeah.
Oh, so I got it.
Well, right
No,
on.
I'm over. No, I'm
Yeah.
over. So you win.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We do it the Price is Right way. All right, let's get back to the busy phones and talk to
Peoples.
Javier in Queens. What do you got, buddy?
What's up, fellas? Just with the Chris Isaacs talk, Alan, isn't one of your things that people say you look like Chris Isaacs?
Yeah, that Nick
Uh-oh.
Lachey and the 311 lead singer too.
Who's that?
Can't remember his name.
Well, what did he say? Sorry, I was
311. The 311 that he looks like.
Oh,
Look like
Really?
Yeah, those are the three I get the most.
311 guy.
You know, there was a run there for a while when anytime I went into a club, it was like Nick Lachey.
Really?
And that wasn't a bad thing.
Oh wow, yeah, kind of. Was it Nick Hexum?
Nick Hexum.
Yes,
You know what it is?
Yes. It's the nose. It's gotta be the nose.
People are just saying you look like generic handsome white man.
That's
it.
Generic white guy.
Yeah, you're
He's
generic
hot
white
Lego guy.
You're hot Lego man. Andrew Gundling's regular Lego man. He's hot Lego man. That's it. He's hot Lego
So
man.
listen,
All right.
say what you want about Alan, but with Alan joining the show, now we have fully established that this is a music show.
That's right.
And I want to throw out a couple of wild cards for the list. I like all of your lists.
All right,
I think it's very subjective. It's kind of tough. But I think Back in Black by AC/DC, I just think that just hits so hard, like across the board.
Or Hell's Bells.
Yeah, I mean, you can go either way, but I think like both of those just hit really hard. I think "Gimme Shelter" by Rolling Stones.
I like "Gimme Shelter." Yeah.
And I like the female vocals in there to
she
just
starts
kind of
screaming at the end, right? Like that's
amazing,
yes.
amazing. And what was my last one? Let me see what it was.
Oh, you wrote it down.
Look at this.
See?
Welcome to the Jungle, Guns N' Roses.
We talked about it.
Yeah, we discussed.
Thought about it.
I didn't want to catch Don's ire, so I didn't do it.
Well, I said that the three acceptable Guns N' Roses songs, that would be one of the three.
Yeah.
Paradise City and Sweet Child.
Sweet Child of Mine. Right.
So I knew I'd be, but just looking at social media, I'm getting hammered way more than everybody else.
That's good.
But I'm sticking to my guns, man.
You don't have
and I think part of it, I think Peter's a different situation than me because I don't know how much was expected of Peter because they don't think he's a rock guy. They pigeonholed me as like the metal guy, the heavy guy.
Yeah, being
so
super rock
I've
guy.
got to do. I'm just. If anybody knows me, takes the time to know me, they know how eclectic I am, how much I love Simon and Garfunkel, and I'll put the Boxer right there with the first Rage Against the Machine album. Like I'm very eclectic with my music. I was trying to be honest.
I appreciate that.
I don't think you could be wrong, but listen, social media is not a place where they're patting you on the back.
No.
They're kicking you in the nuts.
Can't wait to do it. Lining up.
Paul in Bloomingdale chimes in about the list. What do you got, buddy?
How you doing, guys? Great to talk to you. I was thinking of something as I was driving. Great hard rock band, hard partying band, and they brought their own twist to it, and they started basically the southern rock genre, the Allman Brothers.
Yeah. Die by the Whipping Post would be my song.
Very good. Yeah.
Yeah, that exactly, the Whipping Post.
I feel like I'm dying.
Well, the opening bass on that is so iconic because I've seen the Allmans, and when you just see them start playing that or hear them playing that opening bass, that it's the last song of the encore, and they're getting ready to shut it down. But with that song, they sing, they tell a story, then they jam, and then they finish it. They started like those long Southern ballads that Skinner jumped in, the Outlaws jumped in.
No, they were. You're right. They're, I think, kind of underrated in that sense.
Neil Young. Yeah.
Did Cher have a type? Because Cher went out with Greg Allman.
No.
Sonny Bono.
Yeah, it's weird.
Val Kilmer.
Yeah,
they're three completely different human beings.
All over the map.
Well, and right now she's with a random 30-year-old also.
Well,
really?
Younger, obviously, is her type.
He's still in his 20s? That guy, I don't think he's still in his 20s. I don't think he's in his 20s.
I'll check right now, but I think
like Madonna's guy is still in his 20s.
So, and no one says a word about this, but Bill Belichick's a bad guy. Right?
This is much because it's a different stigma. Although people say the Cher thing people think is insane. The difference is they think
until you said it, no idea.
Well,
I didn't know either.
I know who the guy is.
She was at the Grammys, right?
Yeah, with him, and I know who the guy is. So like he's from hip hop. So we've kind of followed the story more.
And she kind of had an NFL honors moment too.
Who?
Cher.
Oh yeah, she
announced the song and not the artist, which was an odd choice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and wasn't the song?
She was completely out of. Like she had no idea what she was doing up there.
Yeah.
She thought she was accepting an award.
It didn't go great.
And then she told her life story. Remember?
It's
the whole thing.
See, the problem with all these things, it's just like the same thing. It's embarrassing, these parades, right? Like the Seahawks had the parade and they're giving the finger.
Yep.
Because again, they're all drunk and they're all getting like these award shows and stuff. Let's liquor up the 80-year-old and see what happens on stage.
That's a drop.
I because she's a dignified woman, right? But, she's a little older, and, they probably, I don't know if she was drinking, but that's what happens at these award shows, right?
Or you're just like, you're lost.
Nervous,
like
you just get lost.
You're just like, what am I supposed to do? All right, I'll just do whatever. Like, you don't really take it that seriously, but, yeah. Look, come on.
I just like, let's liquor up an 80-year-old.
I like that. Yeah, that's good.
1-800-919-3776. Close it out of your calls next and take you up to Knicks basketball. Don on Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Now, guys, want to know why betting the Winter Olympics on FanDuel makes sense?
You don't know.
From game lines to medal counts to finding your angle on the events you care about most, FanDuel gives you more ways to stay connected to the action. The Winter Games are on, and there's no better way to follow them than with a bet on FanDuel. Curling matches that start slow and somehow get tense fast, speed skating decided by inches, hockey games that feel different from the opening faceoff, and so much more. USA Hockey, maybe that's how you want to bet, a chance of gold this year. Maybe that's what you put your money on. FanDuel, play your game. 21 and over, physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian is always in pursuit of a better way to heal the spine. We're getting more people moving again with minimally invasive, non-surgical, and surgical treatments with innovative solutions for every back and spine condition and your unique needs. Expert spine care is available now across New York City and Westchester. Find a doctor at nyp.org/oxspine. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Not all F words are bad. Some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get 4 months free, HBO Max included for 1 year, and a 5-year price lock. Don't wait, this free fiber deal won't last long, and the fastest, most reliable, most consistent internet speeds await you. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com/free today. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
So, should we split the bill?
But math is the worst.
Not all math, because with New York Lottery's extra multiplier scratch-off games, you can multiply your winnings up to 200 times.
Wait, multiply my winnings?
Yeah, you take your winnings, then multiply those winnings up to 200 times.
So all of my winnings times 200?
Yeah, that.
Oh, I've always said math's the best.
Play for chances to multiply your winnings 30, 50, up to 200 times. Prizes up to $5 million. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
March the 20th of 2026, there's one place to be. And that place is Pickleball Heaven. Pickleball Heaven. It's a pickleball facility, massive facility in Medford, New York. We're going to do the show there that day from 6 to 10. Then there's a tournament. And then after we win the tournament, Rick, we'll stay and watch some basketball with the people. Now, the worst part of all this is the name. Listen, I got to participate in Rickleball Madness. What do you want from me?
You're a teammate of Rickleball.
Yeah, right. You're part of the event. You're the co-headliner. If my name was Dave Pickleball, it would still be Rickleball Madness.
I think that's accurate.
I don't want this kind of pressure. I would prefer it be named after you.
No, you don't. You want all the shine.
No, I don't. Call whatever you want.
Dave's Pickleball Extravaganza.
Sorry, Dave. We're still calling it Rickleball Madness. And it's Friday, March 20th at Pickleball Heaven in Medford, New York. To sign up and register to play, go to the ESPN New York app and click on the Rickleball tile.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Yeah, no Chicago.
Considered this one too. I had this was in the mix in my ears on the way here, and this song. I'm telling you, this is a rock song.
Now, I remember this is my favorite Chicago song. And remember when I did the list of the top 5 American bands, I had Chicago.
You had
on.
Chicago, and people were killing you for that.
Right, because they didn't realize that they've got like 25 top 40 hits
25
in their sleep.
or 6-4.
That is a good song. That rocks.
Yep.
Got horns in it,
so
and
what?
yet it still rocks.
Well, why wouldn't it rock with horns?
Because
it's got the chord. That's all you need.
No, it's awesome stuff. Let's go to Marco in Charlotte. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Marco?
Good evening, guys.
Good evening.
Don, I think if we are talking about the iconic song "Money for Nothing" from Dire Straits, has to be included.
It's a big one.
Yeah. It's a big video too.
The beginning, MTV was on MTV. Everybody knows it.
Sure.
Alan, I want to ask you something as a Jets fan as well. I hear, especially the morning shows, talking about that the Jets need to lose this year. I actually think it's the opposite. We need to start winning. AG need to start showing something. We need to go and get Willis. We need to go and get Calamari. I'm still with my Joe Burrow movement, but we need to move. Who was the last top pick back that really moved the franchise? Was Joe Burrow, and that's it. So that's it. I listen to you.
All right. Well, thank you a lot, Marco.
Well, the Malik Willis thing, which we talked about earlier, because Phil Simms brought it up, I'm that's the one that would get me paying closer attention if that's the move you make, if they could do something like that. Kyler Murray is still somewhat interesting because you wonder about just maybe he needs a new environment, and a different approach. His career has kind of shown you that he can put up numbers, but he can also be maddening. You can't expect him to be a leader. He might not be able to handle New York media kind of daily grind of coverage and all that. So I don't know. But at least the guy, he's got a talent, right? He's got talent. And then after that, it really drops off.
Yeah. But Willis makes sense because it's not like he screwed anything up or was bad. He just hasn't gotten the opportunity.
He wasn't ready yet. And then they developed him.
You're hoping that
Green Bay.
you can develop him. And you have the right people. They changed the whole coaching
But do you think the
staff
Jets have to just have a tank season coming up?
No, I mean, how does Aaron Glenn survive a tank season? Even if the intention is to tank, are you telling me
just to draft a quarterback
that you win 2-3 games and you're just gonna
Run it
come back with Aaron Glenn?
But how can you do that and also try to build an organization that is getting away from being same old Jets and losing?
I know.
If all you're doing is losing and have another 3-win season.
I know the tank crowd like the morning shows. I got a tank so we can get Manning. But
he's not going to want to come here.
But all the losing, it just corrodes and it changes. They just had a 3-win season, and what they go out and do, they go out and they fire every coach. Yeah. So you have another 3-win season. You're going to keep the head coach, go into a third year, and not knowing if this guy can do anything.
And again, there is the possibility of being told, "No, I'm not. I don't want to play for. I don't play for that."
Because Arch Manning seems to be the guy you'd be tanking for. You think the Manning family is just going to be okay with him going to the Jets? If they have another awful season,
they weren't okay with Eli going to
games?
San Diego. I mean, that's a real thing, man. It's a real thing. I also don't think it's for the health of the franchise to just continue to go through the process of just sucking and being okay with it because you're waiting for your savior to come. And a 22-year-old is going to change the fortunes of a franchise overnight.
It corrodes. It's a cancer.
Yes,
keeps losing.
It's already
every
there though, Don.
Single year,
right? Didn't we get that sense? Who was it that was talking about it's already there and you can't get rid of it?
Phillips was talking about it at the Super Bowl,
yes,
right?
That's what it was.
Yeah, and that's the same old Jets.
Yeah, and everybody just starts buying in because you believe it because it just seems to happen. So I'm not with that at all.
Let's go to Muhammad on Long Island. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Muhammad?
What's going on, fellas? Thanks for taking my call, man. Let me get in real quick. As a young black man, I'm well versed in hip hop, R&B, some pop, a lot of pop. I actually like pop music, but not too much on rock and roll. But if an alien came to me and said, "Show me rock and roll," I'm gonna go walk this way. I don't know. It's just like it's the first thing that comes to my mind, and I feel like it's one of those records that stood the test of time. So I don't know. But I also want to make a mixed point. Over like the last 2 days, I've heard soft been thrown around in Cat's direction maybe 15 times on this station. And I don't think that the criticism is that much warranted. Just last season, for the most of the season, he was an MVP candidate. Now, all of a sudden, he's just the softest guy ever. I think the criticism should be more on Mike Brown's shoulders for not being able to utilize his big man for what he is. Cat never was an imposing presence or like a tough guy. You knew what you were getting, a skilled big man who could stretch the floor and shoot the three. So I don't think the criticism of him is that fair. Although he might not be the toughest, he never was. So why are we expecting him to be? Thanks for taking my call, though.
Well, thank you, Muhammad.
I didn't hear the song. He said that.
Walk this way.
Walk this way. Okay. Again, with Towns, as I said, like I think he's struggled to fit in the way they want him to play this year, and I also think his 3-point shooting is terrible this year because of the fact that he's got a mangled finger and he doesn't want to talk about it. But I've seen it. He's shown it to me. His finger, he holds his hand up, and you can see it.
OG's got a mangled toe.
Yeah.
What's going on with these appendages with him?
Just cut him off.
All right, well, the Knicks Sixers, that's going to be interesting to see. Do they bounce back, get a big win? No Embiid, so still no OG either.
Yeah.
So neither team's at full strength, but if they were looking past the Pacers, they better show up and win tonight in Philadelphia. Should be a lot of fun.
It should be.
A Thursday.
Last game, but tomorrow will be even more fun.
See you tomorrow at 3 o'clock down on a